Dijon
Yeah,
mustard or Coleman's. I do like good Coleman's mustard.
Now
Coleman's
that's
is
an opener, that's for sure. Welcome back to Bearded Ramblings, episode 63. We are back. I hope you've had a fantastic new year. I actually had a halfway decent one. Krendar, we are also joined by
Hey,
Mel. Krendar, how did your weeks off go, even though you were still technically streaming?
very restful, generally.
Nice. That's kind of the end goal, right? It's kind of like, okay, now I can kind of chill for a few weeks.
Oh yeah. I mean, even when there's not a pandemic going on, I still don't fly out to see the family on Christmas because that is an absolutely insane time to be in an airport. We usually do it like offset it by maybe a month,
Mm.
either in either direction, because it's not a religious thing for us. It's just a family gathering thing, so it doesn't have to be on a specific calendar date, and we can avoid that airport madness.
Absolutely.
But then not even that this year because obvious reasons. So extra relaxing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, I still do miss the airports, though. I'm an airport kid, so obviously to me it's kind of like a home away from
I mean, I
home.
like airports fine, just not in December.
No, no, it's pure chaos, and they are already
God damn
very
it,
dirty
bud.
places, so you can
Hold on a
imagine what
second.
it's like. Uh, Mel, how was your December, early January?
It was all right. Uh,
Okay.
just hanging out with my gay fam. I have some. I called like around Thanksgiving. I had gays giving where my gay friends came over and we hung out and we played D and did hardcore karaoke. Um, and then we
Ooh.
had New Year's Yeet because we wanted to throw the year into the sun. Uh, and and we played some board games, watched some Steve Martin videos, and had adult beverages and tasty snacks. It was quite nice.
Ooh, drunk Steve Martin. That sounds fun.
Damn right.
Did you watch Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
We watched some. I found some DVDs from his it's called TV stuff or television stuff. There's a story there because when I was little in the '80s, he had like TV shows, and my mom would record
Oh.
it on the VHS. All right, because we were poor. We didn't have cable or nothing like that. We had like 5 channels. So she would record the Steve Martin TV specials. And there was one that was so funny. He pretended to be an evangelist dry cleaner. So that was a sketch. He was an evangelist dry cleaner. Another one, you can find this on YouTube where he rides donkeys and elephants and interacts with chimps to a song called I think it's Out in the West Texas town of El Paso. I fell in love with a Mexican girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's that's a part of that series, and then another sketch he does where he's bought the Amityville house and he says that he's beat inflation. And it's pretty funny. He's like, I bought this house for $30,000 or something, or $13,000. And he's like, we're getting estimates to stop the walls from bleeding. And it's kind of weird sitting at dinner and you can see the kids turn into bats and go, what the hell was that? So just some of his old stuff. So I found these DVDs online. I think me and my brother and sister accidentally taped over the VHS tape that my mom loved because she's a massive Steve Martin fan. And she was always sad. She's like, I don't know where this tape is. And we just never said, I think we taped over it or lost it or something. So I found the DVDs and I bought her a set. And then I bought a set for me because it's
Nice.
hilarious.
Damn
I
right.
don't think I've ever seen any of his TV stuff. Definitely
So
enjoy him
funny.
in movies and such, though.
Greyman in the chat says what I was going to say. I've got a soft spot for Sergeant Bilko. He's the same. Um,
I also like the Introverts Unite separately at home.
damn right. Speaking of Steve, did you ever read his book, the one on the art dealership world? He made like a novel. It had to do with this woman who bought and sold like very expensive works of art. Because apparently he does that in his spare time. So he create like a, I'd almost call it like a crime thriller, but it's mostly just about this woman getting high on E and just getting laid by an FBI agent who's investigating her for like embezzlement.
That's kind of cool. I haven't heard about
I
that
like the
book there.
books. I thought they were pretty good. She though the critics were like, this is just some old man's sexual fantasies, and I'm like, yeah, and he has really good ones too.
You know, I never knew he wrote books, but you know, somebody else who's actually a good comedian and a surprising source of being an author. You ever watch Zero Punctuation?
Yeah, Yahtzee.
On
I've read his
YouTube?
first book.
Yeah, he's read it. He's done at least 4 now, and I've read at least 3 of them. They're all very funny.
They're all. This latest one is to do with the Harry Potter knockoff, isn't it?
I don't know.
He's advertising it now. I briefly talked to him, and I said that I really enjoyed listening to his book when I was on the treadmill, and he said, "Oh, cheers, man." He's a little bit of an introvert. The very first one was it the one with the D&D.
Mogworld?
Yeah, the one with the everything's all set in like a video game.
An MMO.
Yeah, and they don't realize it, and then they have to break the fourth wall, and then they interact with the people, and I mean, it made sense. The first one he did was based on games.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get the shilling out of the way. Tonight we have a stream goal, as you see up there. Anything given would be greatly appreciated. And because Krendar is here, he gets his cut. That's why the stream is a little higher than it needs to be. Also, don't forget to check out the links down below for Discord, Twitter, and our guests. Our guest and our co-host. And also, don't forget that this week I'm going to be in Northern Ireland, so watch out for that. Ooh. Now, let's watch some vidges. Shall we watch some vidges?
Vidges.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, I saw the NFT monkey in the thumbnail, and I'm really excited tonight.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna tell you now, it isn't episode 2 of Board 8, but don't worry, you'll be pleasantly surprised what it is.
Cool.
Beforehand, though, I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Augusta, if you're in the chat, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but I'm gonna have to break your heart. Window capture on.
But flying cars will never be a thing. Now, I know, they're so epic. They are 420 Thanos, Keanu Reeves, Marvel, epic science machines, and they might even turn you into a pickle. However, in real life, flying cars would either be A, completely impractical, B, hazardous, C, detrimental to your mental health. The entire concept is just non-viable. And when I say non-viable, I don't mean we will not see any flying cars, period. I do think they'll have some kind of
literally one in the shot right there. It's never going to be
niche application, but nothing beyond that. Flying cars, by and large, are just a
only car we have all the time.
And if they were just that, I would
even just to rival normal cars, you know. Also, for the same reason, we're never going to see boat cars make a return. They tried them in the 50s, and they were a disaster.
I mean, look at how many traffic accidents we have when we're only dealing with 2 dimensions.
Right.
We are way too bad at driving as a species to add a third dimension
and they
to our
usually
mess.
Die on their own. However, I also think that flying cars present a unique and exotic danger, multiple dangers in fact, and that's the reason why this video exists. So how and why
I like how this guy talks. He's pretty cool. Adam something.
Flying cars such a bad idea?
Something
That's what we're
other.
going to look at. But before moving on, a quick word from today's sponsor, the one and only...
No. Raid? Even him? When are we getting our bloody Raid? When are we getting our Raid sponsorship?
How are these people making so much money that they can afford to sponsor these many people?
So many people. It's a running gag.
Let's look at the first point.
It's not even a great game. I know 1 or 2 people who genuinely enjoyed it. For the most part, they play it mostly because of these ads and then go, nah.
Quality. So
I think it's almost like
I can
compare it to Weird Al in a certain way, because I've heard musicians say that you've made it in the music industry when Weird Al asks to parody one of your songs.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think you've made it on YouTube when Raid Shadow Legends asks for you to sponsor them.
Is quicker. So we can divide traveling into 3 relevant categories. Short range between 0 and 50 kilometers, mid range between 50 and 500 kilometers, and long range which is above 500 kilometers. Alright, so I believe that
that would save me so much time.
Get some teleporters installed.
Yeah. Or do you remember that maglev system they had in the Minority Report? That was like just these huge sort of shuttles that would crawl up the side of buildings and deposit people. I absolutely want. I want to live in that sort of world. Even like the Fifth Element one, where half of your apartment is this detachable wall, and you have like food and other items delivered via these spaceships that are like giant flying stores. In this case, like he was eating a Chinese. Like he was eating from a Chinese.
Why didn't we have that during COVID? Come on.
Yeah, that would be so easy.
Here we can already see the first
I want the vacuum tube transportation, like in Futurama, where you just hop in the tube and it just shoots you somewhere.
The learning you'd need to go to a version of like Driver's Ed for that, because as you see in the first few episodes, Fry just kind of like gets flung out against a wall, while normal people just casually do it. Also, I remember someone saying that it would probably be really icky. And yeah, the smell inside those things would be horrible.
Problem.
It should be fine though. The air is constantly moving and refreshing.
There's truth to this.
Make a lot of sense.
You can have like the microband material and stuff that doesn't absorb bodily fluids and.
I've been playing a game recently where you can build
if your
those
destination
things
is within a short range, you can just walk, cycle, take public transit, or you can just drive if those aren't an option.
It'd be like
and if
kind
you're
of like
going
having
long
a
range,
lifeguard at either end when you're going in one of them tube slides at a water park.
That would be good.
Like, okay, you can go.
Make sure you don't fuck yourself up when you get in. Yeah.
Then you can just take a train or an
out with
airplane,
your bathing
or just
suit
drive
like all the
even,
way
because
up your butt crack.
or half of it's gone and you don't realize.
Flying cars just aren't that fast. Their top speeds are generally
For some reason, these women keep coming out of this thing topless. I don't know why.
Which is a bit more than highway speed, essentially, and is very much inferior to high-speed rail and vastly inferior to airplanes. So the practical use of flying cars is basically limited to...
Look how sad he is when he's flying in a flying car. Come on, man, you're living the dream.
Mid-range only. Also, you have to make sure that you can land at or near the destination. Also, you can't really use a flying car if the weather's too bad.
If it's raining or like it's snowing, how the fuck are you gonna fly it?
If there is
as far as the landing goes, these things would be more useful if they could be VTOL somehow.
Yeah, if they could just take off. At that point, everyone should just get a helicopter.
Or the winds
Leaving a runway for this would be a big problem.
If you're going at night, you have to make absolutely sure that your destination has an illuminated landing area. And the thing about flying cars is that they are essentially just foldable sports planes. As such, their structure is very light and so very vulnerable. So if you go to a store in, say, land mode and someone backs into you in the parking lot and, say, dents one of your flaps, then you can't really fly until it gets replaced. So every time you use your flying car in land mode, you are one slight bump away from weeks of no flying and hundreds, perhaps thousands of dollars of service fees. Alright, so things aren't looking great for the flying car so far. You can only really use it at a certain range, in good weather, during daylight. The destination has to have landing infrastructure, and even with the slightest damage, you immediately have to go to the repair shop. Alright, so let's move on to the second aspect of flying cars, namely the hazard.
Did you guys see the video of the Tesla that needed like $20,000 worth of repair, and so the guy just blew up the body?
Yeah, I saw that on Philip DeFranco. It was
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
So flying cars are essentially half a ton projectile.
Alright, we don't need to watch the whole thing. Basically, he's ruining our childhood. But that's necessary. It's part of growing up.
Well, our childhood was automatically ruined by reality already.
Yeah. At this point, no one's even bothering to look for the body anymore. They all just kind of like done a Jimmy Hoffa thing and was like, he's over there somewhere. COVID-19. Here is...
Never heard of it.
Yes.
What's that?
So, at the start of last year, we opened up this show by showing where COVID was at this point. So I think it's good that, well, no, I don't know if it's good, but it's going to be kind of necessary for us to have another look at it, because quite honestly, things have only gotten worse, haven't they? like those halcyon days of last year when we thought, it's there won't be any more variants, there won't be any more anything
I mean,
really.
at least the effectiveness of like the strength of the effects of it is getting weaker, even if it's spreading more.
Yeah, Omicron is not going to be as murderous now, but it's still going to leave
Yeah.
permanent. And you can get COVID, you can get
You can still
Omicron.
die from Omicron.
Oh,
That's the
absolutely.
thing. You can still die from this crap. And we're going to have variants as long as people don't get vaccinated. I mean,
Oh, always. In other words,
Yeah.
that's pretty much where we're at. And
Look,
what if we
I
reach a
have
point
no
where
hope.
all of the non-vaccinated people have died off from it?
That's not going to happen.
yeah. For starters,
It,
plenty of people have gotten it who weren't vaccinated and pulled through. So, like,
and then they think, I got natural immunity.
oh
And I'm
God,
going,
Karen
no,
Borisenko
no.
got COVID and she got out of it, but she was already vaccinated and got boosters. But you know what she said? She said that the boosters and the vaccines didn't help at all because she has natural immunity.
That's
Yeah.
so dumb.
It's so
What
dumb.
drives me nuts? What drives me nuts about those people that are like going on about touting natural immunity is so much better than getting the vaccine. It's like you seem to be forgetting the fact that in order to get the natural immunity, you have to be infected in the first place.
Hmm.
Whereas the vaccine is there to help you reduce the odds of that happening in the first place.
80%
There are
I'm ass.
Well played to Canada. Nearly 80% of your population is now vaccinated.
Hmm.
In
it,
Ireland,
it makes me
It
nuts.
helps though that our population's a lot smaller than the U.S. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of, ours is roughly
Mhm.
about the same. Now let's go
nice.
to America, shall we?
America
oh,
Fuck yeah.
coming again.
62%. Oh, you nearly have 1,000,000 deaths.
Woo.
Very few of those people live in my state, by the way.
You don't have
It's
to. You don't
just
have to dox yourself or anything like that. But like, are you on the East Coast, West Coast? Because we can get like a
I'm
particular.
I'm in the southern U.S., so that's
Oh.
God's
Yeah,
country
we
and the
kind of.
Well,
farmland and all that.
say hello to Pimp Monk next time you run into him. Then.
Oh, he almost did a local. So before the pandemic hit, I was doing something called Taste of Science, and we were planning a science festival locally, and Pimp Monk was going to be one of the. I was going to get him tickets. Hannibal and Monty were going to come out and do a comedy show for our
Oh
last
yeah.
night. Yeah,
Nice.
and then so Pimp Monk's not too far from me.
Cool.
Yeah, it's just out here, guys. Nobody gets vaccinated. They think all kinds of crazy stuff, and I'm just tired.
Yeah. Don't blame you.
Have you run across anyone who's done the COVID parties yet?
Oh God, no. My mom, it's so funny. Where I live, my mom actually lives across the street, and I'm grateful that my family, because we've come from a bunch of poor farmer military people. Um, and she'll always ask me, she said, if you could get the vaccine right now, would you do it? So they were offering the vaccine to first responders and immunocompromised people when it first came out. And I said, yes, I would. And she goes, you're not afraid of it? And I'm like, nope, not just shove them all in my face like Pinhead. I don't care. So like, put them all. I don't care. I'm not about to get this horrible virus.
What
And
drives me
so
nuts is the first responders that are anti-vaxxers. Like how the hell does that even
I
happen?
don't get that. But there are people out here who will have parties. She was part of the Master Gardeners, the local Master Gardeners, and they made fun of her for wanting to get vaccinated and not going to their parties that they had all the time. These people got COVID. They're like, well, I survived. I'm going, okay, but you're probably going to have
For
horrible
you.
things happen to you later on because nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about all of the other comorbidities that come with infection, including never getting your sense of smell back.
There's
So,
so many things like sense of smell and taste,
yeah,
increase impotence in men, muscle
yeah,
problems, increased risk of Is it seizures?
Kidney failure, brain. I mean, the problem that we're having with this particular virus, and I can't stress this enough because people don't listen. The way that the virus enters into your cells is through a receptor. It's kind of like a little antenna or a lock on the outside
Yeah,
of
the
your
little
cell.
red things on the thumbnail, for example, you'll see it. Like the
Right,
little-
right. And so COVID is able to attach itself to that particular receptor and enter into that cell. It's kind of like a key and a lock, and it's able to get in your house or whatever. Well, the thing is that lock or that receptor is on pretty much every cell in your body. So that's why we're seeing lung failure, organ failure, kidney failure, people having strokes, people having all kinds of neurological issues, people having liver failure, having problems with their intestines,
Yep.
because the virus can infect all of those systems. And so the antibodies, what they do is they put gum on the freaking locks. That's what they are. They fit onto those little keys that are on COVID and keep it from entering into your system. Now, when they're talking about, well, the vaccines are now 74% effective. Well, you get the booster shot because if you're constantly being exposed and you've been vaccinated, you're still breathing in a viral load. Some of those antibodies are going to get used up, gumming up the virus. So you get those boosters to make certain you have a substantial antibody supply to keep the virus from entering into your cells. But people don't listen to me. I'm tired.
I saw some of your arguments on Twitter. You do tend to win, if only because a lot of times you end up getting blocked by these people, which is a Twitter way of being victorious. When they have a hissy fit and you're like, I'm taking my
That's-
ball and going home, you've won.
That's the classic Twitter rage quit, basically.
Yeah,
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
pretty much.
You
Like
guys.
Cartman.
Have
Yeah.
you seen this? The remember a while back, Krendar, the woman openly admitting that they had parties at 10 Downing Street during COVID.
Of course they did.
Well,
I haven't seen this, but I'm not surprised, sadly.
yeah, and Boris was there as well, and he
Yeah.
the,
Great photo.
yeah, he's in a bad place right now. Labour led the charge, as they tend to do, against the opposition, and they were just fucking like ripping into him because he partook in them, and he even sent memos out to hide to be like keep this under wraps, and then they go and have wine and cheese parties during the middle of this fucking pandemic. Regular drinking session held throughout COVID pandemic. Reports held wine time Fridays. Partygate scandal.
Not just sometimes, but every week.
Yeah, it was
Oh
a
my
fucking
God.
it was a fucking data claim pointing the ongoing Whitehall investigation into multiple allegations of COVID breaches in Downing Street under government during the pandemic. So they're saying that, oh, well, yeah, we did this, but look at all these other things. Yeah, but this is literally an investigation into this one particular thing that you were doing. A newspaper published a photograph report was a £142 drink fridge being delivered. They got their own mini fridge for this thing. What the fuck?
You know, I think they need to come on and do a vote to make Downing Street and Parliament. They make them dry.
Well, they did actually. Parliament was for the longest time a very drunken place for most of its history, and then I think in like 10 or 20 years ago they shut down the bars. But then if you've ever been to London, you know that part of London has like 20 pubs, so everyone just goes
Oh God, I
to
know.
get lunch somewhere. And they come back a little tipsier. A maximum of 6 people from different households permitted to mix outdoors, and then they were just meanwhile Parliament was said to encourage staff to let on steam, which I fucking get, but Jesus Christ, you are in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Wait, what?
The peasants aren't allowed to party. Don't you
Daily
know
Mail
that?
reports gathering occasionally went on as late as midnight with up to 24 aides drinking wine, beer, playing games such as Pictionary. Fucking hell.
Ooh, how exciting! Pictionary.
Well, they are still British. Let's
Was
be honest.
it naked? Was it naked Pictionary with the interns? 'Cause
Party
that would've been
animals.
Oh my
America,
god, there
probably.
at least should have been like the girls all sitting on like the copying machine with their skirts up and like
Yeah.
guess that arse. You know, like
Oh, there you
Draw
go.
a
They could all
picture.
do it. They could all do it separately, and then they bring them out and shuffle them, and you have to guess which butt is whose.
like
Oh
no
my
joke in the
God.
UK that it was like a running gag of like office parties for Christmas. All the girls would get shit faced, or else they'd do the sort of closet thing. It was one of those sort of things that you probably never happened until it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then everyone was like, you know what happens in the Christmas party stays in the Christmas party. Mr. Johnson, Demi Cohn left Downing Street following a bitter interview row. So, oh yeah, number 10 apologizes to the Queen over 2 parties held in Downing Street on the eve of Philip's funeral in April.
Is Boris,
a
isn't he
service-
expecting a child or something, or had a baby about 9 months after that party?
He does have an illegitimate child that he doesn't acknowledge, except sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. Like, crazy
Boris
though.
was getting it on.
Yeah, he was, and also crazy. He's actually.
Who would hit that? Oh my God! Look at him.
I'm gonna tell you now. He's probably a little bit fun in the bedroom. I've always just got that vibe of him that he's kind of.
No.
I would imagine so, but like,
But
I'm
look at-
amazed that I've never seen him with his hair brushed once.
It's beyond. It's beyond mortal abilities.
I heard he does that on purpose to try to look like he's stupid.
Oh, you know, he does play that up. He knows he's actually. Maybe I've compared him to Trump, but I think he's a little bit smarter, if not smarter, than savvier than Trump. He leans in on the sort of the dopey sort of herpity derp sort of.
I mean, I
attitude.
believe that easily. It's a low bar to defeat, so.
Mhm.
It looks like a big old side of ham with a wig on it, like down.
Oh, wow, is that
like
the
further?
pig that David Cameron had sex with?
Oh
Yeah.
God!
There's an old
Oh
meme.
God!
There's an old
I
meme.
remember that.
No kidding.
Uh,
Then the Black Mirror came true.
Yeah.
It was. Why do you
In
think
many
that
ways.
episode was? Why do you think that episode was made? Like it was made as a sort of like our prime minister fucked the pig. Yes, he did.
Oh
Yes, he did.
God!
And meanwhile, the royals aren't getting any better because Charles had been actively. He probably would have been the first royal to be on trial since not Charles, Andrew, since Charles during the Civil War. They just basically stripped him of all his titles so they can kind of push him under the bus. Unacceptable, Andrew, to remain a duke. An organization in Republic says lots of celebrities and other high-profile people pay for their own security. Yeah, he also lost all his military titles after 500 military leaders signed a petition saying that they protest him having any rank at all. So on the table for clinging to any titles another day longer. Association with York must end. Very serious allegations. And of course, it's going through now. The judge said that it's going to go through, and he's going to have to.
Is that the case associated with the Jeffrey Epstein
Yep.
sexual trafficking girls?
What's her
stuff?
name? Virginia
Mhm.
something. She's actually. I saw a picture of her down here. Look, there
Yeah.
was the Queen during when they were having parties. She wasn't even allowed to sit
Oh.
next to someone. She actually. I almost feel bad for her. I mean, I know she's kind of a horrible and represents like an outdated way of thinking, but at the exact same time, she's an old woman who just lost her husband of decades, and she couldn't even
Yeah.
be comforted. Meanwhile, the people who are meant to represent her are getting shit faced and playing Pictionary. You know, like.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
And photocopying their butts, assumedly.
Oh well.
Yeah, possibly
uh,
making babies with Boris Johnson. Oh
Boris
my
Johnson
God!
babies. All those
Ah.
babies are just gonna come out with his wig hair.
Like
That's just regret right there. I don't.
Somebody-
Oh.
somebody needs to make a parody song of the Muppet Babies theme song, but make it Boris Babies.
Babies.
Oh gross.
Here's
I
a
can't. I don't know. I don't know. See, here's something weird. So in the U.S., it's like over here we had Bill Clinton who had his sex scandal,
of course.
and my mom looks at me and goes, "Would you have had sex with the president?" I'm like, "Not Bill Clinton. Oh my God, why would I do that?" And
No,
she goes,
Kennedy
"Well,
is where
he's
it's
the
at.
president. He's the president. Totally should." I'm
Obama.
like,
Have you seen?
Obama.
Have you
no,
seen him? Have you seen him surfing? He's fucking ripped. Or
not
was. Not
now.
now,
Oh my
obviously, but I mean at the time.
God, ew.
The
They named a library after him in Arkansas.
Although maybe we can find, maybe you guys can
I was
finally
on
have a president that's not an old man. That'd be a nice change.
Yeah.
Ew.
Although I have to say that it would have been either for me if I was into dudes, it would have either been Kennedy or it would have been Teddy, Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, maybe, but no, you don't want to hook up with
Teddy
a
was cool.
Kennedy. You're going to end up dead.
Yeah. Well,
You're
it
like,
depends how quiet you are. If you start writing a book and talking to Time Magazine, uh-oh. You know,
it was totally suicide. She took too many drugs. She didn't get visitors. Yes, she totally did. She held a press
yeah, she
conference.
did. A car didn't show up 2 days beforehand. And where's Bobby? I don't see Bobby anywhere in those 2 days. Ah, interesting. Um, but this is just a little bit of craziness. Tech is just getting insane now. Mafia fugitive arrested after being spotted on Google Street View in Spain. Ganocchio Gaminio, which sounds like a fucking JoJo's character, was lying low
Yeah.
near Madrid, but another photo on Facebook shows distinct scar on his chin. He's literally Scarface. Oh shit.
I remember hearing one of the stupidest comments about this story the other day. Somebody was like imagine being a mafia, like on the run, you know, looking for you because you're from the mafia and you don't even leave the country. I'm like, he was arrested in Spain, not Italy, you dumbass. He did flee the country.
That running joke of Spain and Italy being the same place, yeah. Please suspect.
I've never heard that before.
The Simpsons did a joke about it a while back. The photogram helped us to confirm the investigation developed in traditional ways. Photogram, that sounds like something from the 1800s. I have this pictographical. You know, it takes 15 hours to set up.
Now in Technicolor.
We can now
colorful.
We can now use the color blue. Ooh. Was going to name Manuel. Previously worked as a chef at the restaurant.
Manuel.
La Cotta di Manu's Kitchen. Business even offered a Sicilian dinner. Oh, for God's sake! He the mafia special. That was a part.
It's a bit racist. We gave him a Sicilian dinner. Quote, a Sicilian dinner. It's like,
Yeah.
why do you
Sicilians seem
put
to
it
be
in
really
quote?
pride themselves on being separate from the rest of Italy.
Oh, extremely.
Mm.
Street View proved his downfall, showed him outside another establishment bearing his fake name. Like, he couldn't have at least covered his scar up. Argentina, according to La Repubblica, offer rivals well-known Costa Nostra. It was living in the 1980s. Alright. Yeah, just
2002. Is he? So he's been on the lam for 20 years. Was it?
yeah, he's been
Damn.
investigated in the 1980s by renowned anti-mafia judge Falcone. Later killed in a bomb attack. Now there's the name of a mobster, Falcone.
Giovanni Falcone.
That sounds made up.
You're right. It's like someone Dick Tracy would fight.
Yeah.
To escape Rome prison.
With the Madonna background vocal
Back
going
in
on.
business, good God, I love that movie. Prison.
It's so campy and wonderful.
I love the prosthetics on all the villains, like a flat top and Pinhead, and they're all like they're like, how the hell can you breathe?
They're like walking cartoons. It's like,
And of course, speaking of walking cartoons, of course, one of my favorite cartoons, did a great parody of that concept with Chairface Chippendale.
The
A
Tick.
villain whose head was the Tick. A villain whose head was a literal chair.
Oh my goodness.
Tried to put his name on
Funny.
the moon, but only got like 2 words in. But for the rest of the show, the moon would always have CH on it. Nice little touch.
Yeah. That was a good attention to detail. They kept that there for the rest of the series.
And later on, a creature took a giant bite out of it, so for the rest of it, it's CH and a huge tooth mark on the side of the moon, and no one really addresses it. BoJack did the same thing with the Hollywood sign. It was he took the D away, and then for the rest of it was always just a Hollywood sign.
Oh my gosh! I think
And then there
one
was
of
the
the
time where
writers.
and there was the time where they took a bite out of the moon, and the bite mark was missing for the rest of the series as well. My God, this guy has seen better days.
God, Clarkson's
Holy
reaching,
crap.
He's gonna have a baby. I wonder how far along he is. It's about 6 months.
Of my lager.
He shouldn't be drinking.
Before
Yeah, somebody
Heading
should
out
tell
to work in
him.
the morning.
You know, drinking hurts the fetus.
we're back about 6, darling. See you then, okay?
And those eyebrows, holy crap.
Right?
They're handlebars. Those are handlebars.
God, I used
Yeah.
to love watching Top Gear. But Clarkson, now I look back on it, he is just a miserable git. There's this great footage of him at a farmer's market, because he has a farm and now he's releasing his own beer. He's at a farmer's market and he has like a bunch of honey. He's taking it out of his car and someone films him and starts talking. Clarkson swings around to him and he's like, "You want to fucking go?" Like he wants to fucking deck this guy. But he was just like asking a question like, "Oh, come on, Jeremy." Like Clarkson was not having it that day. And he did
Weird.
physically attack someone in the BBC. He punched them, and when he was asked to apologize, he said, "Fuck you, no," and so they fired him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how he lost.
See you
Top.
later.
Yeah.
One thing that always makes me laugh, though, I noticed that part of this beer ad, they're talking about how it's easy to drink. Like, how can a beer possibly be difficult to drink? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird advertising point.
That's down to like arbitrary like choices. Like that's up to like individual choices. Like some people can't stand beer, other people like a lighter beer. I like hops. I like a very hoppy beer myself.
The opposite, minimal hops. But the thing that's funny to me as well, like you also see beer ads where they advertise like, "Oh, our beer is cold and refreshing." It's like there's no such thing as a liquid or a drink, at least anyway, that is inherently cold. Like that's, did you put it in the fridge or not? You can't advertise your beer as being
carbon.
You can't advertise that your beer is cold. That doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
They'll advertise
wasn't
it's
in the
hot by
fridge.
putting it into the microwave, pouring it into like a bowl, and then popping it into the microwave for a bit.
I mean, you could heat it up in the kettle, I guess, but then you ruin the
like,
kettle that way.
I like a nice hot bowl of beer in the morning.
Hot bowl of beer with my oatmeal.
Yeah, you don't use
It is.
water, you just pour in beer.
Yeah,
Beer.
it is your oatmeal. Oh, that'd be weird.
That would be so weird.
A cold, refreshing pint of my lager.
My lager. Mine.
Before heading out to work in the morning.
Now I need
know
a
what?
cane
We're back
to
about
deal with
6,
my
darling.
baby
See you
I'm
then.
going to give birth to in 3 months.
Oh.
Make sure to drink plenty
I-
of Hawkstone lager.
I would
Oh.
rather, if I'm going to have beer owned and created by a celebrity, I'd rather have Tom Green's beer.
Oh yeah, I remember you showing me that.
And I have had it. It's actually pretty good. Milk stout.
Now you showed me this. I think I saw it elsewhere, but I remember you.
Yeah,
posted it.
I linked it. Yeah,
So this is. Oh, I just have to fix up the
this is
screen.
This is insane. Also, I have to wonder about copyright licensing in this,
Hello?
but
If we bounce it
not
around.
for
a bit.
us. I mean for them. Like
Oh,
the
okay.
this
Getting
circus is using
weird
a song created by somebody else, and I wonder if they talked to the guy to get rights to use this or not.
Is it the actual Undertale one, or is it the
Yes.
the other version?
Yes.
Like Homestuck has a version.
The actual.
Okay. I haven't actually watched it. I want to see it.
Yes, there. A circus is playing Undertale music for the Pope.
I hate the way right-wingers took the term clown world. We are living in a clown world.
Yeah.
Look at this shit. You've got the Pope next to what looks like one of the Catan from Warhammer. The Great Deceiver next to a fucking
Actually,
Swiss Guard and two.
I feel like the background actually fits in really well with Megalovania.
It kind of does. Like you're gonna fight this in like a sort of like bullet hell in a minute.
We're gonna fight the Pope.
Oh God, yeah, we need Undertale Pope.
Yes.
And then you've got basically one of the guys from the Star Wars Holiday Special, the Cirque du Soleil guys. And a bunch of people.
Cirque du Soleil. Actual Cirque du Soleil is fucking incredible, though.
I think the Pope, he's easily amused. I mean, how often do you have people spinning tubes and bouncing balls in front of you at the Pope?
to Megalovania specifically.
What he's wearing right now, I want this. I love it.
Is that how you get the ladies?
No, it's the beard and also
Ladies.
Also the smolder.
There's smoldering. Does your beard smolder often? Because that sounds like that's probably a problem.
Yeah, I tried to do the whole Blackbeard thing where I put pitch in it, but I forgot how he did it. And this isn't fake. This isn't fake that I bought to replace my burnt beard. Shut up.
That's how he keeps the beard under control. He doesn't trim it. He just smolders it once in a while.
Forest fire every few months. Controlled burns.
Undertale has incredible music in general. This is one of the best ones.
I still want the voice to be better, but they can get the voice out.
I can't believe I ever heard that sentence out of anybody's mouth.
What?
That anybody likes the Homestuck anything better than anything else.
Look at the so many people that are standing there.
You mean most of them? Why's there a little girl there too? I'm confused.
She looks like
There's.
Is that, sorry, yeah, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say there's no backstage. Clearly, they're all just waiting their turn to come out and entertain the Pope. I mean, this looks like a Joel Osteen megachurch situation. I mean, I don't know why why Houston and all these big mega churches haven't brought out their own Cirque du Soleil Jesus version. I think
maybe now they'll go on tour around the world and do like shows in like Salt Lake City and places like that.
I think they saved that for the churches where they. They have like the really bombastic
Messiah.
priests that are having the music and they're running around and dancing and yelling,
holding snakes up and freeing people from demons. And someone goes like, my demon is gone. It's miracle.
I mean, you get.
And then they slip them a $20 bill.
Yeah.
You get far in the deep south. That's where you get to where the snake handlers and sometimes up in the mountains.
And many of them die.
Oh my God. There's like a documentary, I can't remember which streaming service it's on. It's called Alabama Snake. A dude tried to kill his wife with the whole let the rattlesnake bite you kind of thing.
Oh shit.
Oh, he went full Cleopatra on her?
That was an asp.
The type of snake is not relevant to this comparison.
Hey, I just want to point out, feet and balls, somebody's fetish.
It's true.
Let's.
Of course, as Ubisoft has taught us, it was really the assassins from Assassin's Creed that took out Cleopatra with the asp.
Oh shit! Caw,
The birds.
motherfucker. Caw.
Damn.
Oh
This
my
is Alfred
god.
Hitchcock level.
I feel like that
scary.
that
I was
bird box.
just gonna say, like, Alfred Hitchcock's probably in that Walmart
No,
right
they're
now.
landing on my car.
They landed
I
on
need to
car.
clean it either way.
They're
Landing on
landing
everything,
everyone's
dumbass. Of course
car.
they are.
So many of those
Show me a
things are
car
everywhere.
that doesn't have any of these birds on it.
That is not a good sign. That's also, by the
No.
way, kind of what outside my apartment is these days as the crows come back to breed and have their little baby crows.
Like, there's got to be.
There's hundreds of the things, and oh my god, they're noisy. Caw, 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 caw,
There's
caw,
gotta be-
caw.
there's got to be something weird going on in this area for this kind of unusual behavior. Also, I noticed Troy Baker is trending, apparently.
Oh, no,
What did he
I
do?
don't think for good reasons. If I'm right, he's promoting NFTs.
Ah, shit.
Boy.
He probably would, actually. He's a
Yeah.
little out of touch with reality. He seems like a really cool guy, like nice dude, but he's also like that
Yeah.
level of successful where you become out of touch with reality.
Oh.
Ooh. It didn't break the
Oh.
condom though.
That's
pretty cool.
Damn.
Penile breakage, but not latex.
yeah. Now the blood won't pour everywhere.
It's very tidy, that. For those
Return
of
to
you who are
condom
into
art.
such things.
Now make
I mean-
a giraffe.
I mean, if that vag bites you in half, you don't want to have to get
Oh, it's
those
like
juices
teeth.
in your bloodstream.
Yeah, vagina dentata. What a wonderful phrase.
Delete. Speaking
You
of
guys need to calm
NFTs,
down.
I think Hannah was the one who shared this. Let's see, commission for directs need to calm down.
It's
Why
in
sh-
Bible Reloaded, Hannah.
Yes. Why you should have a duck. Bow down, puny mortals.
Aw,
Oh, God duck.
look at this floof.
Look at the flute.
Have you been bitten by a duck?
Yes.
Have you ever been bitten by Oh, they hurt.
Swans are worse, and they're more aggressive. Even to their own kids. You ever want to see...
All I gotta say is Canadian geese.
Yes.
Even I'm aware of those nightmares.
You watch Letterkenny?
I've watched the first season, I think, or second. Yeah, the first season. It was pretty
I
funny.
haven't seen the latest season. It's pretty funny.
In fact, when we get a new sub, our alert box is a scene from Letterkenny. The allegedly has subscribed.
Huh.
Yeah, car smash. Ooh, that must have been a
Oh.
the second tire always gets me.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's such a time delay on it, right?
That
Where did that tire come from?
right? Is this the
It
truck?
ramped on. If you look at the lower right corner at the very beginning of the clip,
Mhm.
it hits like a little ramp.
Yeah,
Okay, but
It
where did
just
those
gets a lot
two
of
tires
airtime.
come from?
I think the
That's a
truck
good
might be
question.
calling them. Maybe.
It
Mhm,
fell out of the
truck.
truck somehow.
I think maybe.
Who knows?
I'm just more
Hmm.
shocked at
This-
how quickly the car crumples. That's a. What is that?
I mean,
Renault?
those are intentional crumple zones
That's true.
because the force that comes from a hit like that, you want the car to get screwed up, not you. So
Yeah.
Kind of like
if
the-
you gotta-
Redirect the force away from the driver. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
Speaking of force, who wants another volcano eruption?
Ooh, me.
Sending volcanic.
Spewing lava in clouds of ash.
So when
We need some of these Canadian volcanoes to erupt.
above Ecuador, is there any footage?
Yeah.
Of it? Oh, here we go. SOS Galapagos. Oh, this is where all the endangered animals are. The unique biosphere.
Not anymore.
They're more endangered
They
now.
did. They did.
Who wants turtle soup?
Danger's over.
It's cooked itself in its own shell.
On the plus side, they're not endangered anymore. Technically.
No endangered populated areas located on the opposite side of the island, which is the largest of Galapagos chain. All right.
It would be a crazy spectacle to actually witness in real life, wouldn't it?
When I was in Tenerife, I was the only time I've ever been inside a helicopter, and the island is just one giant volcano, and we flew up to look at like literally at the top of it, and that's the volcano that erupted a few months back. So that is just fucking surreal to me.
This just reminds me of the craziness that apparently there are people living today still on the island that was half destroyed by a volcano and is the basis of the Atlantis myth.
Yep.
Oh,
Ouch.
this kid was killing it until that last moment.
He didn't charge it fully. He just wanted to play it right then and there, and this is what he gets. Boop.
Mm.
The speed he flies off on it, though, Jesus. Boop.
That's very sudden.
Oh,
Tiny.
this dog is not a. This dog, yeah, this is not a proof. Oh, oh.
Puppy's holding his own though.
I'm in charge now. That meme from Malcolm in the Middle. It's my time now, old man. Let's actually let's see what this Darwin Award is, and then let's go see the. Oh yeah, fucking idiot.
Ouch. What came flying out?
Let's see. The chat says sucks really hurts. Some far definitely hit hard. Had to know. Only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Woo! It was exporting gamer girl farts. Oh, that's the something we won't be looking at, but like that was crazy. Did you see that girl who was like selling her farts? She farted so much that she ended up in a hospital.
I think it's not that she farted so much; it's that she purposely altered her diet to make herself fart so much, and she fucked herself up with the altered diet.
What I want to know is on the back of that truck, it says Chiquita, which is bananas. So what's coming out of that?
Explosive bananas. Well, maybe they were rotting or something like that, and it caused like a
maybe
of a gas.
It got really pressurized.
Mm.
That's a lot of banana rot. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some ice. I'll be right back.
This is me.
We'll wait until it gets back because this is what Krendar has been looking forward to. In the meantime, actually,
be on the board, apes.
Yeah. We by the way, we're an hour in now, so if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Also,
speaking of crypto, I actually thought it was funny. The last what was it? Watch Dogs game that came out at Watch Dogs Legion. It's like your hacker group only gets paid in crypto rather than traceable real money.
That would have been very sort of like forward thinking for the game developers at the time, because like crypto hadn't really taken off the way it is now.
Yeah.
I mean, back when it was like Dogecoin was a big joke, and now each coin is what, like 30 grand.
I don't know what the number is, but it's way more than it should be.
Yeah, Jesus, it's and now of course NFTs are the future. No, crypto got so much more support than NFTs are, and what's more, like,
see what Konami's doing.
Yeah, they're still shotting scenes of the game, isn't it?
I think it's actually supposed to be short video clips, but either way, they're NFTing Castlevania, which is the final nail in the coffin of the Castlevania franchise.
100%. There's so many better spin-offs or inspired games for Castlevania than Castlevania itself. Plus, the TV show's pretty good. If you want your Castlevania...
In other words, everybody's doing Castlevania better than Konami is.
Yeah, absolutely. You could also make the same argument for Metroid, since there hasn't been a Metroid game in a long while.
Yes, there has.
When was the last Metro game?
It just came out. One just came out, like a couple months ago.
Oh, really?
Never heard of Metroid Dread?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, that's true.
Although your statement would have been true like 5 months ago.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't really think about it. But no, like NFTs are they're just a fucking joke. And no matter how much attention people are giving it, or trying to give it, it's like astroturfing. There's no real societal like interest in it. It just won't happen naturally, and if it doesn't happen naturally, it won't take off the ground. But these people are buying and selling like so much money is flowing through it until you look at the numbers, and it's just one or two people trying to scam one or two other people.
Yeah, the general public has never even heard of NFTs. And if they hear about it, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that? What's going
this
on?"
Ape thing? Why is there a George Floyd one? Have you seen that?
Oh no, I guarantee the general public is never going to hear about the ape thing.
Hey,
what's this George Floyd thing though?
That they made a George Floyd NFT where he's dressed up in different outfits.
Why would they do that?
I honestly don't know. They didn't even say it was in tribute to him. They were just like, now you can own your own NFT of George Floyd. And you're like, what?
That sounds really cringe.
That's... Yeah.
Degen with a crush for crypto kitties. I'm on my way to Cryptoland, the #1 crypto destination on Earth, where crypto enthusiasts,
say crypto again,
cryptolanders, like we're called here, can meet with like-minded individuals in real life. And when Connie, the founder, told me that visionary investors could own a piece of this unique island, I smash bought one of the 60 exclusive parcels on the blockchain. That's how I became a king crypto.
Look at those eyes. Those are soulless, hauntingly empty eyes.
Yeah. All right, everybody. It's 24 seconds into the video. We need a count of how many times this guy managed to say crypto in 20 seconds.
I'm gonna lowball it and say 10.
Around there somewhere.
There it is.
Cryptoland.
So, are you coming to the Vladimir Club party tonight? Yeah, just for the Cryptolander NFT.
This looks a lot like the set for Free Guy.
Right? Yeah, man.
Have a nice day, sir.
What the fuck is that?
Have a nice day, sir.
That is the thing that is going to be featured in my nightmares tonight.
That has eaten people.
He's side-eyeing. Like,
oh, I'm getting strong stranger danger energy from this thing.
He's eaten people before, and he's planning to eat that guy right now.
He's like, I'm gonna see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Connie?
Christopher! Come here, buddy!
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, 50,000 blocks at least. Been waiting for you since consensus. What are you, a pending transaction?
Are you a pending transaction?
Or what?
Well, I guess I'm confirmed now. Ready to become a Cryptoland maximalist.
If we keep saying these things, it'll become real.
Yeah. This actually reminds me, like they mentioned earlier, about buying a little piece of this island to own for himself. Like, it reminds me of, you ever see those places that are selling like you can own 1 foot of beachfront property.
Or you become a lord in Scotland and you own like a piece of land. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, Sealand. That's how that the micronation on that oil rig off the coast of the UK. That's how it keeps itself afloat. It sells. You can be a lord or lady for as little as £100 of Sealand.
I like how you just said that it's off the coast and keeps itself afloat.
You know, I didn't plan that. I'm just the pretty face. I don't have that sort of charm.
Yeah, but it was a great accident, though.
Yeah. The story of my life, baby.
So, what about the Republic of Dave?
Cryptoland.
The
hodlers of last.
Well-coined, oh
Well-coined
god.
to Cryptoland. The holders of last resort.
It's
Why is resort
Hodlers.
capitalized? But hold on, resort is capitalized, but last isn't.
Yeah. That's,
and then there's hodlers.
Hodlers. The hodlers of last resort.
Are those like hobbits except nasty or
are they
gross or
like
something?
Is that what a toddler hobbit is?
It's hodlers running around.
Oh, a toddler hobbit must be really small.
Brilliant.
And they're for
stacking
sale.
sass like crazy, right?
Honey Badger don't care.
Stacking sass like crazy.
God, Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger meme.
From 2010.
They're like, hey guys, you remember memes? I can meme.
Who likes some long cat?
We are gonna make it.
The community's loving it, like on Twitter. Can't wait for you to give
Like
me
on Twitter, these things. Do you blink?
Like
He hasn't blunk once. Blunk. He has not
Blunk.
blunked once.
tour, Connie.
What do you want to see first, Christopher?
I don't know. Let's start
There
with
we
the
go.
best.
Jesus
No.
They're
I
loving
always
things
keep the
like
best
people
for
love things
last.
on Twitter.
Also, have you noticed they're doing something that a lot of those really cheap CG films from like Mexico do, where they have like the cameras constantly shifting and changing. This was like something that's like Brad Jones or The Bible Reloaded would review.
Let's go leave your luggage
I
in
need to
your
know something about this. Is this the people who made this, was this supposed to be a serious thing, or is this like a parody thing?
It's a real channel. Build number one.
Sure, but that does not answer my question.
Well, this is
Comments are turned off.
Okay.
Fucking cowards.
Out of all this, the description, everything still leaves my question unclear, but the comments being turned off answers my question definitively.
And this next to it, look, is Cryptoland Project scam or satire?
Hi, this is me, Christopher.
It's
the Crypto Degen.
We have to see the
It's
video.
scam.
It's just one
These
video.
people are.
Hi,
It's a
this is me,
scam,
Christopher.
and these people are trying to be serious about it because that by the fact that the comments are turned off.
World's first real life crypto island. I bought real land in Fiji with crypto. How to do
Okay.
your own NFTs.
Maybe you did.
Yeah, that's doable.
So what?
Yeah. But let's watch the rest of this because I have a feeling this is going to be a gold mine. It's already a minute in and we're very confused and a little bit scared.
This is already
Home
so
first, and then I'll
cringe.
show you around. All the
Is
other
this set in the same universe as the Orange Gina furries?
King Cryptolanders have been arriving from all corners of
This
the
is
world.
not
When
nearly
we
on
get
the
to
same
blockchain
level.
hills, you're gonna understand what I meant by first-class crypto lifestyle, man.
Orangina
Hey,
furries
Martin, please get us a card.
are many tiers above this.
Would you?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is here.
More fuckable for one.
Marilyn, here he is.
Hi.
Hi, Mr. Adams. Nice to see you, sir. Did you have a good flight?
Oh, yes, excellent. Thanks for asking.
What is up with their mouths? The fucking aliens from Mars Attacks.
Great. Here are your keys.
Not your keys, not your bitcoins. Seriously?
Your keys, your Bitcoin. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin.
Where do you come up
What?
with these crazy ideas?
The fuck was that?
That was a reference that went over our heads because we actually don't live in this hell world that they're trying to craft.
That did feel like a reference that missed very badly.
Shitcoin. Lol. And it's the bathroom.
Is that actually a coin?
Yes, shitcoin is indeed a coin. Oh, get it? Because paper is worthless because they're the future.
My
I'm
God,
not gonna
this
tell
is-
you where.
Sir,
These people are trying
the
so hard.
Lambo's ready.
What?
He's so conceited, I will say that.
To the moon!
Ah! I don't like. It's
Yeah, but they're all the way inside her right now, though.
that was.
To the room, not the moon. Entering the blockchain hills.
Hey, what's that?
The Vladimir Club.
Don't you love it when
Cryptolanders
people explain their
members-only
jokes?
club. We are preparing everything for tonight. We are throwing the most epic crypto party ever.
This was clearly made in like Serbia, and they've just added English voice lines, and they don't match up to their actual.
The Vladimir Club makes me wonder if there's a Putin coin.
Oh God, I hope there is.
I wonder who your plus one is going to be. Here we are, King Cryptolanders territory.
Wow.
And here you have the 60 parcels.
I can't wait to get to mine.
Ta-da!
Oh,
Oh my.
I like how 80% of the
Wow.
island is unused.
I got the parcel
Ah, that bear was killed and skinned.
able to build something dope for vacations, but now that I'm here, I might never leave. I already see we're gonna have the time of our
or the bad place.
This is I don't know.
Have you guys?
I feel like they
seen The
just
Good
went into one of
Place?
those interior design programs and just plunked down random things.
Have you guys seen the show The Good Place?
I've heard
No.
of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta watch The Good Place because this feels like it's that. So
our lives. Show me more.
Okay. First stop of
Wait,
the...
hold on. Was that a giant sink? Because that's not a bath. That was a fucking sink.
Yeah.
It's a giant sink.
Why is there a giant sink in the middle of this person's living room?
And is this a vaporwave wave joke or what's going
I have no idea.
Hey, show me more.
Okay. First stop of the tour. This was on the top of the list. A much requested working zone, the Ub. Folks approached me saying, Connie, we
when
need
does
somewhere where we
Morpheus
can...
show up with the red pill or the blue pill? It's like Morpheus should show up at any
Why do I
point.
think he reminds me of first of all he has the same proportions as Sonic. I just want to point that out. Second of all, he's given me a strong I'm trying to be the genie from Aladdin and failing.
Programming surrounded
His
by
arms
palm
aren't tan,
trees
though.
and views to open sea. They were sick of working from tiny offices. Why do that when they can work from paradise? So we built it. Come on in.
We built it.
People are
Don't
picking
ask about the natives that lived on this island beforehand. We don't really like talking about that.
up their passes for the event. Tomorrow starts the Cryptoland Blockchain Week. We organize a number of different crypto conferences and meetups year-round. Lots of crypto VIPs coming tomorrow. You can feel the entrepreneurial spirit here. You can work, get coffee, and when you get stressed, you can hit up the de-stress room.
The de-stress room?
Please, that just be a pub where you stick your dick in to get a jack off.
The fact that it's like this tiny little super secured vault is very concerning.
I like that the closed captioning says the distress room.
Yes.
This whole thing is the de-stress room.
It's the stress room. The stress for everyone.
Which is fair, because seeing this giant vault door on this distress room is distressing me. We're going to lock you in with bitcoins.
Go ahead and try.
Then you will understand its joy, and then you will never be sad again. What if I have bigger problems? No, if you don't understand, you're not getting out.
Bitcoin cures cancer, sadness.
You can't leave until you're happy.
This is actually his children, and he's gonna feed them to it. Like, feed my pretties, grow strong. They all just grow big teeth.
Hi, everybody loves it. Woohoo! If you like this, just wait until you see what's next.
So long as you don't right click it.
The Crypto Restaurant.
It's so relaxing to swim in somebody else's money, right?
Stop the cars. Why do they all have suckable? That was great pause.
Oh,
That
hold
was a
on. I
great
just
pause
noticed.
Game.
Yeah, August made a great point. At least they'll have fun video games on here because they'll have every single graphics card at Crypto Island.
True.
This feels like you guys seen the Disney movie Pinocchio?
Yeah.
This feels like the little island that they take Pinocchio, where he can smoke cigars and drink, and he turns into a donkey. Yeah.
Except instead of turning into donkeys, you turn into cars.
No, you turn into jackasses is what you do.
Little bot.
Oh.
Jim, any tables available?
Well, we can set up the 12 if you want.
Alrighty, here we go. Monsieur,
he was too cool to be next.
For startups, I would suggest the...
Let's see, Bitcoin
Okay,
pizza.
I will give them this one thing. Using the term startups for their appetizers, mildly clever.
This is going to be 90%. This has already been 90% pumped.
It was
10K Bitcoin
yeah, but
pizza.
that was better than all the rest of them that have been there so far.
Atomic swap lemonade.
Thanks. Where's my
poison?
What?
Eat poison.
It said
what?
It said rat poison.
Fork.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, you're gonna love this.
Why are they serving rat poison?
Soda.
Is that a reference I don't get?
Juice.
I think all of this is a reference.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
please.
Jesus Christ, she looks weirder.
Go ahead.
skeleton in a wig.
I'm not a fan of forks.
He's not a fan of forking, guys. Nobody who's into NFTs is a fan of forking.
It's chopsticks or nothing.
You know?
Spooning leads to forking, but they don't like those either.
He also doesn't like to stay still. I've noticed that. He's constantly in movement at all times. Like, dude,
he's such a good flirt. Like, he's like, oh, no, it's okay. I didn't want that fork. I don't even like forks. Smooth guy, smooth.
Even the hell coin is like, dude, what the fuck? But then again,
her eyeballs are bigger than her nose and mouth.
God, what?
Classic.
Look at the weird janky animation. It's like half a frame is skipping every once in a while.
And what's with the weird mouth, face shape? She's got like a muzzle or something.
Was this motion captured? The way she's kind of moving, it's...
Bottom half of her face is like protruding outwards.
While you were too busy doing your impressive
like an animal muzzle,
I went ahead and ordered for you a 10K pizza and a bubbly mutant serum for you. Bon appetit!
Why?
You know,
he turned into a bird.
I think I'm falling in love with this place.
It's the island of Dr. Moreau.
It's so peaceful.
Peaceful? If it wasn't for those flying hackers. Watch this.
Bitcoin?
Holy smokes. This is mass adoption at its finest. What's that?
That's Cryptoland's Walk of Fame.
Whoa!
Follow the crypto stars and you'll get to the moon.
That was
Did
fun.
you recognize any names here?
Boy, we are in Crypto Beach.
They've used the phrase to the moon 3 times already now.
From here.
Maybe they're honeymooners fans. To the moon and back! Yeah.
That was just a vague reference for him beating his wife.
Study the
for real.
What
No,
do we say?
not even vague. Not even vague.
Is it technically
Like watching the Flintstones. The Flintstones was so terrible. When I go back and watch it again, I'm like, Fred is an asshole.
Oh God,
Fred is an asshole.
They play up his addiction to gambling as a fun thing. Like, herpity derp derp, he's got a severe gambling problem.
Let's
bet.
I will draw a scientific stick figure. Y'all give me $10 million.
Hey, if it's the only one of its existence, then technically you can set it at any price you want.
Die so we can survive. You don't want to end like my mouth.
No, there's a song. Why is there a song?
There's always a
song.
Swim, let's go to the proof.
It doesn't even sound like he's singing. There's just music behind it.
Pass out. Lift the aces.
That coin don't
Not you, man. That thanks to Bitmain.
Why would you? Okay, this is what I don't get. You're in a digital world that's supposed to be like this heaven scenario. Why in the hell would you be lifting weights? And that's not even right. He doesn't even have his arms in the way. You know, they go this way. You know, because you're. What is he? Oh God. His arms are in front of the pads. They're supposed to be behind them.
This is what you this is what you can't stand out of this, is it? Is poor gym etiquette.
It's poor gym etiquette, and I'm like, but if you're able to go to this land where it's all fake and not real, why can't you eat like 9,000 carbs? And it's like Fantasy Island, except
where's
it's
the
crummy.
sex pile? Where's the flying dragons? Like,
also, let's look at this guy though. He's clearly a man who works out regularly. He knows what he's doing.
This is so stupid. I can't deal with this.
Man, but not everything is pretending if you want a happy
Look at
ending.
me. I did the gym the wrong way.
Where's the yiff puddle? Come on.
You will need to combine body and mind.
I've got the big muscles. For the no forking allowed.
He is just constantly amused and surprised and happy at all things. At all times.
I mean, I would be constantly surprised if a giant walking coin was talking to me.
Well, no, he shouldn't be, because he already knows who he is, apparently.
Where I hold Cryptoland tokens.
All of these people look like the same freaking person.
Have you
noticed?
Like there's not a single. They're all white. There's not a single black person there.
That's true.
Because black people don't spend their money on stupid crap like this.
There's only 2 body types. There's one body type for men. There's one body type for women. they just have different heads.
And then you have the sentient items like the coin or the car.
Yeah.
Blockchainized. Get familiarized.
Blockchainized.
I don't wanna leave. I feel like it all.
Look at fucking Tom Riddle back there at Harry Potter.
Crypto is in my chromosome. That's the place. Look at my face. I'm in the crypto.
No, that's DNA. DNA is not a blockchain.
Editing. We need more editing. Jump cut.
Oh my god, they're ripping off Greece.
You know, if I found out that Travolta actually was into crypto or NFT, I wouldn't be shocked.
I mean, he's a Scientologist, so.
Oh, well, they.
Ugh.
And
I feel like this
totally
video was
straight
made
and
for
not anything else. That's for sure.
I feel like this video was made for people with ADHD, like just constant stimulation going on.
Yeah, no one can just not.
Nobody can stand still.
That's the face of somebody who went into a re-education camp and came out loving the great leader. You know,
He looks like a really cheap pirate coin, like those chocolate pirate coins.
Yeah.
I was thinking that, like he's got like the really chalky chocolate inside him.
Like not even the good chocolate, like the modeling chocolate that they gripe about on. Did you give me modeling chocolate for this cake?
Are you a good pilot? One of my favorite attractions here in Crypto Beach, a micronation of cryptocurrency. Which coin?
ETH.
I'll go with BTC. I'm lightning fast. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, boy, you beat me here, but I still...
So this is just where the lamest, whitest people come to have what they think is fun. That's this whole thing. But they're still dead.
None of this looks fun to me.
Yeah, this is like going to a Comic-Con, but the only people who are there are like the introverts who can't really like interact with anyone, so they're all kind of like sitting in the corner and not like.
I have been to Comic-Con, guys, in San Diego.
I've only ever been to one convention that was NebraskaCon, and it was a mixed bag of people who really don't get out of the house much, and fucking awesome people who I talked to for ages, and sexy girls in cosplay, some of which who wanted to get spanked by Daddy Low Energy. I'm okay.
You see, you had a really good visit then.
I had a fun time. Recorded a good chunk of it too. Not the spanking part. YouTube wouldn't have liked that. Because we can't have fun things on this. Although we can apparently have Cryptoland.
On the ball, I'm the king. Huddle on for your dear life. Make a price go up.
Proof of your statement.
Oh, did they change the song over to the Prince Ali song from Aladdin? So I was right. He's trying to be fucking.
So that's now 4 To the Moon references. Is this something they say about coins doing well or something? Going to the moon?
Is it because Bezos and Elon want to go to Mars?
No, that's too much meaning.
You know that's a pissing contest. You know that, right? Bezos has no business in space. He's an idiot.
Oh, hey, hell, he had to recall like 22,000 of the cars.
Oh my god!
And then immediately they just you just see the whole place getting repossessed by this version of like the IRS. What do you mean we have to pay taxes?
I'm exhausted.
What do you mean our entire resort is based on currency that has no solid, predictable value?
I'm still amazed by the success of the Cryptolanders NFT collection.
Man,
what a great
I just
idea.
Want people to give me $10 million.
NFT.
Stupid.
We're almost done. We're over the hump now. Now we just get to watch because this is the only time these creatures will ever exist. They're never making a sequel to this, and as far as I can tell, Cryptoland hasn't really done anything, so it's just going to die on the vine, which is all the sadder because this is like a giant declaration of victory as the very first thing that they do. Like, think about that. Like, this is their.
I love it when they're based on something that's so just like shaky and unpredictable, and they declare victory at the very beginning. That is guaranteed recipe for failure.
Huge hubris.
Visionary community of cryptolanders that supported it, those are the real OGs. They quickly understood how powerful creating a physical representation of the metaverse would be. But in retrospect,
it's like listening to spirit science talk about the Atlanteans.
Oh my god.
It was inevitable.
Is that? You finally built the pyramid?
Oh, do you remember that?
What the fuck?
I have no idea who that is, but like I remember them saying that they were going to build a pyramid just to with their wealth because no one's doing anything cool with money anymore.
With a statue of somebody who seems to be in quite a lot of anguish.
I mean, are they climbing out of a freaking quicksand situation?
Yeah,
or
if anyone in the chat knows the
crawling out of hell?
Statue is very upsetting.
Yeah. The more I look at it, the more I think that at one point was not a statue, and then it displeased the great crypto god and turned him into gold. You know?
You upset Medusa.
And boom!
Somebody wearing a Hard Rock T-shirt and then a Pepe the Frog.
We have Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Groiper.
I'm from New York City, New York.
Yes, I have cultural appropriation through the Cleopatra headdress.
Not only
that's the only thing in this scene that I approve of.
But here's the thing, Cryptoland. Why is anyone working? You should all be billionaires, including the staff.
I mean, what about Star Trek technology? Just snap your fingers. Hey, replicator, I'd like an old-fashioned with really nice Oban scotch.
Go back to
and have fun.
Hold on. Pause. To go back to a point that you made earlier there, Lev. This is the first time we've seen a non-white person in this whole thing, and she's an employee, and she's working.
She's done up in a questionable ethnic outfit. She might as well be wearing a giant headdress, like a Native American headdress.
Well, no, that's just on theme. They're working inside the pyramid, so she's dressed up like an Egyptian.
Can you also hear the crazy frog in the background?
Oh my!
He is so easily impressed by everything.
God, this must be a joke.
Hey, Chris! He finally asked you the real questions.
Christopher, check that out. I bet you haven't seen a pinball better than this one in your entire life.
Hey, Kingpin has a pinball machine from Daredevil. I mean, doesn't that dude look like Penn from the Daredevil?
I want my money. I am rich.
I kind of want one of those for my house, but a real
not anymore,
one, not a pretend one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I was actually thinking of getting a pinball machine at one point. They're so fucking heavy.
They are so cool. I had one when I was little. Because my dad was weird. I think it was a Kiss one. It was either Kiss or Flash Gordon. I can't remember.
Nice. I've always had my eyes
good option either way.
On the Terminator one, Terminator 2. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it used to be. No.
Oh, look at all these details.
Please. I think I need to petition with my doctors and say that I need a pinball machine for my mental health.
No. Keep it there. Go back like 2 seconds.
Okay. Gains.
Okay. The forward, let it go for just a second, then pause again. A little bit more.
Oh.
There. It says scam alert right there.
How did that get through? We'll just change that up.
Look at all these details.
Look at all these details. Okay.
Create an account, deposit your money, lock it up, become rich, involve family and friends, check your balance.
This is a pyramid
This isn't a pyramid scheme, even though we're in a literal pyramid.
That's what I'm saying. It's just, it's weird. And I've actually gotten involved with at least one pyramid
My
scheme
ma
in
did
my adult life,
when I
but
was a
it's just
teenager.
crazy.
You know what?
Ah,
She scammed them though. She got out just before it starts being a loss. You know, when they start showing you a little bit of money at the beginning. She got out of
yeah.
that beforehand, so she made about 400 quid
Mm.
extra. Which she didn't plan for.
Scam the scammer.
Yeah, what could they do, huh? What the fuck could they do? Jack shit.
Oh, I love these games.
Well, if you like these games, then you might want to try Carlos in New York and Ponzi Connect.
Ponzi Connect.
Ponzi
Nice.
Well, I kicked Bernie
You know what?
Madoff's.
You know what? I said earlier the fact that they have comments turned off shows that this is a serious thing. I'm starting to think maybe they're actually trolls now.
Yeah.
I think they're trolls.
Like, we're not alone here. Like, they're asking the same question. Like, is it or isn't it?
There's no way they would be that on the nose. You know what I mean? There's no way. This is
Ring,
a
ting, ting.
joke.
Ting, ting,
It's a
ting,
big
ting, ting,
giant
ting,
joke.
I'm surprised they have the licensed music.
Oh, I guarantee you they probably got some kind of thing saying, we're going to have ads on this video and it's going to go to so-and-so.
Why is this pinball machine
This is like the
screaming so
Disneyland-
much?
Land of
You
crypto.
said it yourself. Like, it's they need constant stimulation.
Yeah.
Those.
I mean, pinball machines make a lot of noise. The noises are people screaming.
No, my hardware wallet.
Are you okay?
Yes, but he got
No, look at me. I'm clearly not okay.
my wallet.
I have
Nobody
crickets
here is
by the looks
okay.
of it.
He looks, okay, the coin looks like he just smelt a giant fart.
Oh,
Look at
this
his
nose
face.
has its advantages sometimes,
Yeah.
but not always.
Enough is
That,
enough. I'm
that
gonna
girl
get
who had
him.
her wallet stolen is stress
Hey,
farting.
darling, I know where we can get a
You know,
20%
stress farting is a
gain.
thing.
20%?
Or more. Let's take profits, baby. Before you go on free fall.
Oh no, he's flying away.
Eh.
You know what?
What?
What
Hold
I
on.
find interesting is her
Superman
teeth.
music? What?
Yeah. Her teeth are different than the dude's teeth. It's like they're individualized with each individual teeth. And the other dude has a solid like thing like he's wearing a
Real,
mouthguard.
yeah.
It's so
Bitcoin
strange.
is dead.
He's dead.
Oh my god, thank you. By the way,
I'm
yeah.
Superman because I tricked the bird into talking and dropping it.
I hope that she never sees this, but I was thinking, who does she remind me of? Fucking Shoe on Head.
Oh my god. And her eyes are like way out here. They're like
Yeah, she's
on
got this
either
sort of.
side
Is she
of
from
her
Innsmouth?
face.
Is she one of the fish people? Like, what's going on?
I can
God.
see you sideways. You know.
Nice
It's
to
like-
meet you again.
Yeah.
Would you like to go for a walk?
Actually,
No. The end.
I was thinking about taking a crypto kitty. Would you mind sharing?
I
You
would
wanna
love
touch
to.
my crypto kitty?
You mind
Whoa.
sharing? There's only one seat, though.
Putting out the crypto kitty on the first date? Fucking hussy.
Looks like he found his +1.
She's a tart.
Vladimir Club's
He's a
party is
slapper.
about to start. As promised, we saved the best for last. See
Dude, are
you
you watching them have sex? Yeah.
all there.
Like, I totally am.
I mean, they're doing it.
Oh,
They're doing it on a boat in plain view for a reason. They want.
True enough.
Okay, so if the dude were to actually give oral sex to the coin, you know, how would that go?
You know those ridges along the side? He just kind of. Here, I've got a coin. I'll give you an example. So you grab the coin, and you know you ask where it's likes it the most, and then you kind of go like.
I have to go now.
If I go, there's a little bit on your tongue, and you kind of just roll him slowly over your tongue, or you roll over him because he's so huge, I guess.
So if you have sexual relations with a coin and it's like this, like, this thick, it's not very thick, and it has this giant mouth space that's like bigger than your body. It's like probably at least 8 of you in width. And then you're going through and doing the mechanics associated with oral sex. Would you see gold, like a gold shape coming out of the back of his head?
He did seem very rubbery, didn't he? I'm guessing he would actively like warp to you.
Would that work, or is he actually metal?
I don't think he's. I think I'm gonna have a hot take here. I think he's a nightmare that's come real. I think he defies the laws. He's like non-Newtonian physics going on here. Like, he's whatever he is. He is not and must be destroyed whenever possible. Like, although I don't know if fire could kill him. Something tells me it'd just make him angry.
So if he's a non-Newtonian fluid, then soft and steady is the way you want to go, and not hard and forceful.
Oh, well, that's me. Totally uninterested. I'm a fucking power top. How the hell am I gonna get off? I'll just softly fuck the coin.
You're gonna have to go soft and steady if it's a non-Newtonian fluid, because the more force you have, the more resistance you get. So I don't know. It depends on what you enjoy.
So I need to know, is referring to yourself as a power top, is that the new version of people strutting around calling themselves alpha males?
If you have to ask. If you have to ask, sweetie. If you have to ask.
I'll take it as a yes.
I mean, ladies can be power tops too.
Oh,
I'm just
100%.
saying.
Bounce.
Hell yeah.
Bounce.
Not even
Yeah,
that.
I'm just saying it's the self-bragging thing.
We do have things called silicone.
Yeah, that's true. And pegging has become incredibly popular on certain elements of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Not something I'm into, though. Although the last person I was with was a power top, and we actually broke their bed. So, and then it was almost like set up prior, because at the start of it, like when I was in their room, like pointing at it and went, "This bed is like an Amish bed. An Amish couple made it for me, and it's like." It was really cheap, but it was like really beautiful looking. Like the headboard was great and all that. And I was like, "Oh wow, cool." And I joked, "Are you sure it'll be able to hold our weight?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course. Look, the Amish make really good stuff." So we were fooling around, got on top, bounce. The whole thing just collapsed. I went straight down, and that's not even the first bed that
it went full IKEA.
Yeah, pretty much. We had to spend the rest of the night trying to get the boards back together naked.
Sexy.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in Chicago. You see the title of the video?
This is fucking surreal. I lost 3.5 million.
I'm getting Paul Brothers vibes off of this guy.
Well, that's because it is Logan Paul.
Oh, Logan or Logan Paul. He's a twat.
No, they're all twats. Although I hate to admit it. The fucking which is the one that's been boxing a lot recently?
Yeah, I don't care.
Logan Paul.
I have to admit, like, he can actually hold his fucking own. And it's annoying because I wanted to see his ass get kicked, but he's been winning so much now that it's kind of obvious that he is able to at least hold his own, which is annoying. I wanted to see him get fucking knocked out.
I wonder if, oh God. I forgot the dude's name, the robot-looking guy who owns Facebook. Zuckerberg. I wonder if Zuckerberg and Logan Paul are related in some way. Because they look like the same dude, kind of, except
they came
Logan
out of the same
Paul
spawning pool. Their egg clutch.
Right.
Logan
Paul has like the same face. He's like the same eyes. He just
and I'm out $3.5 million, so make sure to go get some Prime because every dollar goes right back into my pocket.
Do you think maybe there's his? Hold on. Do you think maybe his irritating personality is actually just like a side hustle of like trying to promote his boxing career? Like He's
doesn't
making
have
the
a
world
boxing
really, really
career.
thirsty to see him get punched out.
Oh,
There's
On
truth
purpose.
to that, but he's been being a piece of shit long before he went into the ring. So
That was just the pregame.
okay, so all I have to say, I went to a conference earlier this week, and I told you guys like before we went live and stuff. I told the story of how when I taught high school, there was one school district that I taught for, and I'm like all of 5'4", 5'5", something like that. And you know, football dudes are pretty freaking tall. And I'm like, you know, for self-preservation, I'm gonna come up with a rumor about myself and spread it all through the high school and see what happens. So at the time I was working out like 5 days a week. So I was pretty cut. The pandemic, I gotten a little fat guy. I'm not gonna lie. A little bit. I'm a sick girl now, kind of with all.
oh no,
But at least
a short stack. How could you?
I know. I got all the booty in the chest, man. It's great and awful in equal amounts in my opinion, but still.
Sounds nice to me.
It's all right. So it's like, when I was working out 5 days a week and stuff, I convinced my class that I was a former cage fighter. And it like went through like wildfire through the school. So I can't help but think, you know, sometimes you amp up all of these different things about yourself for self-preservation.
Absolutely. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, you know, fake it till you make it. And I went to London. I've been to London several times. I went to London that fall during fall break, and I was staying with a friend of mine, and I had convinced my class. I told them that I was going to go in and fight this person I could never beat. And I'm like, she's so tall, guys. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we're going to have a little fight. Maybe we'll hit a pub afterwards. And the kids were like, oh, you were drinking? I'm like, well, when you're a grown adult, you can do that too. But anyway, so we, you know, went on with all that. And the flats in London are so freaking small compared to what I'm used to.
Yep.
And so I was staying with my friend, and I was running into all kinds of different things. I had bruises on my legs. And so when I came back to teach class, I wore dresses so they could see the bruises. And it just reinforced that entire narrative. And they're like, you have a big bruise right there. I'm like, that's where I kicked her in the neck. So it's funny. It's funny. So I see like Logan Paul and all of this cheesemo and stuff. I'm like, it's just smoke and mirrors and all of that in an effort to try to perpetuate a particular perspective among his viewers. And they're really easy to fool.
Well, yeah,
They're
anyone
really
who's an
easy
actual
to
like
fool.
Paul fan would be kind of not really the highest, not the sharpest knife in the drawer, you know.
Yes.
Is it in here?
The whole thing is in here. We're sitting in the vicinity of 11 first edition base set Pokemon boxes. This will probably never happen again.
He released this photo to Twitter. Just dropped 3.5 million on the sealed and authenticated box of first edition Pokemon.
Give me 3.5 million.
Yeah, I wish I had 3.5 million to spend on fucking cards.
Card.
This was the most anybody had ever
I would have then lost that 3.5 million, as you're going to find out.
spent on Pokemon cards ever.
I'm going to tell you why I don't trust the case, the contents, or the authentication.
There's enough sketchy stuff going on about the origin of this box.
Logan Paul may have spent the 3.5 million on fake.
Unfortunately, not magic cards though, because then we could have made a Lord Magicus or Billy the Fridge joke.
I used
Pokemon
to play
cards.
Magic the
This
Gathering. I've been married before, and my ex-husband took all of my cards and was pretty mad. I got to keep. I know. I got to keep all of his Star Trek stuff for whatever
You
reason.
should probably
He
divorce
dove.
that guy. He's a jerk.
You know, we
Super
did.
duper divorce him.
We got like super divorced. It was so funny, and I sat in the courtroom and laughed hysterically.
Like tap some extra red mana on that divorce. You know what I'm saying?
It was so funny. And my mom was with me, and she's like, you need to stop laughing in this room. I'm like, look at him. He looks like he's going to puke.
Now reached Logan Paul.
You need to channel fireball that guy.
and it seems like he's taking this very
He tried
seriously.
so
He's going to
hard
fly
to
to
be
Chicago
like-
and sit down with
He wanted
BBCE
be
to
a
verify the
referee for
validity
Magic the
of this
Gathering
box.
games, and he got like denied multiple times. It was hilarious. I'm like, you can't even be a ref at Magic the Gathering games. That's how sad you are.
You nervous? Nope. Well, about that, yes. From looking at it, there's nothing suspicious about the outside of.
Poor man has something wrong with him. He's got like this thing over his head. It's weird. He can never wear a hat.
The case.
Quick context. This is Matt. He's one of the biggest sports card collectors in the world. He bought the
Okay,
Pokemon case
Matt's
for
trying
2.7
really hard to be Vin Diesel. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
million. He then sold it to me for 3.5 million, but he's become a close friend, and I could trust that he'd refund me if things went wrong.
If we crack open that case tonight, and
You give me 3.5, there's no refunds. My friend. I'm sorry.
inside are just a bunch of. What do you do? Well, we know it's
You
not
just paid the
because
stupid
we went
tax.
through a security check in Philly.
So
Logan Paul.
the way I do this is that I think that if you're dumb enough to fall for this shit, that you shouldn't have had that money, as you could have hurt a lot of people with it. So I'm just taking it out of your hands, and I'm actually a hero in this regard.
Please have this box be just full of napkins.
Oh, it's I know how this ends, but it's yeah.
We just happened to go in a government building. We know it's not. Yeah, we know it's not. The reason why I was mostly concerned was because the person who brought it to me, he had so many inconsistencies. So much.
There's a face.
I'd be worried about it, the authenticity of it, just from that face.
I bet his name is Doug. He looks like a
His
Doug.
first and last name. He's Doug.
Doug. I'm gonna hook you up on some Pokemon cards.
Those inconsistencies.
Doug had a rough childhood.
In the stories, it was like 3-4 different stories. That was my issue.
He didn't even have an Atari. He had an Intellivision.
The guys from BBC who authenticated it.
You know, the fun thing with Doug is I actually know a guy named Steve.
Here to basically stamp.
Not even kidding.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
If this is fake, we're wrong.
Steve's. And I'm like,
yeah, but obviously
your last name is Steve's. Why did you name your child Steve?
There's first edition packs in there. We're gold. The case value of this is gonna double, triple. It would legitimately be verified.
Double, triple.
Be so big, guys.
Double, triple is not a phrase, guys.
It's gonna double, triple.
Case in the world. That is 100%.
This is set in crypto land, right? Because it's the same level of understanding how money works.
Real.
I wish I could be
BBC.
on the level of the stupid people in crypto land, because I could do with like lots of money.
Well, number one, you have to have giant eyes that barely blink, if ever, constantly shuffle, and have weird teeth.
You know, maybe I can do a GoFundMe and get like some kind of cosmetic surgery thing going on to where I could have my
Turn into
eyeball.
Skeletor shoe on head.
Yeah. And then
I could.
And then you let a seagull steal your hardware wallet.
You know, I think me and Jeff Holiday have a good solid relationship. He might could promote me on his channel being a weirdo or something, and it might.
That'd be
work
cool.
out.
Speak back and forth about
Be all right.
Man, I wish we could be friends with Jeff Holiday, right, Lev?
He called me gorgeous. Call me gorgeous.
I stand by nothing because I made it. I fucked up.
That's okay. I was opposite him on when the non sequitur show was a thing. Oh my god. I don't even want to get into that.
Non-sequitur is going to be a thing again, I think.
Not really.
We finally settled that
It has
thing.
been popping up more and more in my feed. I haven't been clicking on it, but.
Oh my god, it's a hot mess.
If they finally resolve the ownership of the channel thing.
They did. I appeared on their show. I appeared on their show a couple of times, and one of the times I was opposite Jeff, and Jeff has been on my channel a couple of times. He's actually pretty funny. He's pretty cool. And
I've talked to Jeff a few times. He's pretty solid.
He is.
He's the
a
one
nice
who
guy.
pointed out to me that Nick Fuentes is so goddamn short by showing footage of a woman he met who she had to look down at him, and he said that she's like
Was
5 something, and he's like shorter than that, and
was he T-posing at her too?
No, he looked very scared. Like, remember when he was on that panel with the conservative woman, the English conservative woman, and he openly
Oh, the one that completely ruined him.
Yeah, he's never been with a woman in any capacity beyond his mother. Like he openly admitted it, and then he kind of realizes what a stupid thing that was to say, and he's kind of like,
and she asked him, was like, "Do you have a good relationship with your mother?"
which he
You know,
does, because she's a racist piece of shit as well. So, you know, apple tree. Apparently, according to Vosh, he's talked to a lot of people who actually went to school with Nick, and sometimes his parents would like give him a lift up to like the bus stop and to get like on the bus, and she'd like be constantly making comments about all the brown and black students, about how they're all like thugs and shit like that. Which is, yeah, it sounds about right. That sounds about right for Fuentes.
It sounds like what I would expect out of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The coast.
Jeff's pretty solid. I do like it.
He's doing
this
doing
label
good
too.
things.
The same embedded lines of the card.
They call me
We'll have him
gorgeous
on.
once
If he ever wants to be on, we'll have him on. It's just I kind of dropped the ball early on in that regard.
This is confusing. Why are they talking about the embedded lines of the cardboard in this box?
I guess it's like proof that this is like an actual
Box?
thing.
Actual box? What the fuck?
It's blurred lines.
One edge would look different.
Oh, because they're talking about the age of the box. Okay.
Just like I do for a sports case.
They know the box wants it.
You're gonna need to drink much heavier wine.
I like where that's going though.
Starting early. I mean, come on, guys. I ain't gonna be sober for this.
What's the name of that kid? Robin Thicke. God, he's such an idiot.
Yeah. Oh well, the internet and the rest of the world ripped him apart, and rightly so.
I like how he doesn't even want to open the box himself. He's gonna get his underling to do it.
He's like, my minions, open the box.
Yeah.
What's in the box?
I wish I had
like
a crew
7.
to open boxes.
What? Why are they so puffy? Why are they so puffy?
Why are they so puffy? Why are they so puffy?
They don't look right.
Why are they? Uh-oh. He's starting to get it.
Very light.
Let's compare the plastics on actual, plastic-sized boxes versus these boxes. And he's like, oh my god, I probably screwed up.
Look good.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no, why is it bending like that?
You done bought fake stuff.
You got scammed. You got scammed. Scammity scams a scam.
Motherfucking fake, bro.
I want to know whose apartment or hotel is he in right now?
I know he's in a hotel because they showed him the room number and all that shit.
Is it Hilton, Marriott? Is it DoubleTree? What we looking at here?
It's whatever it is. I'm wondering are they going to
Super 8?
after he leaves, they're gonna go in to clean it up, and it's just all these cards just scattered, hundreds of them. But yeah, they open it up. My God, he does look like Vin Diesel, doesn't he?
Hold on.
He's trying. I think he's trying hard.
Oh yeah, right. Oh.
Of course, they don't want to open the boxes on the off chance because it'll lower the value. But at this point, it's worthless.
Bullshit. Why doesn't this one say first edition on it?
Why doesn't it say it?
No, not like this.
Oh my God.
Is it supposed to say it?
Yeah, that guy actually is an expert from the Baseball Card Association. Like, he got brought in, and he's like, yeah, we kind of, for the first time in 20 years, we kind of dropped the ball really big publicly. Whoops-a-doodle. Their Twitter was basically like, well, we fucked up. They have actually owned it. They've owned up to yeah, we tried to do something and failed. Because this is like, you mean this has been a business, cottage industry for years now. Like, cards, baseball cards can massively increase in value. So of course when Pokemon cards came out, did the same. Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Magic, all that shit. And as you can see, there's big money on the line. So an organization like that kind of has to go on its reputation, which now just took a big hit.
God, bro. G.I. Joe!
G.I.
G.I.
Joe.
Joe?
Hundreds of G.I. Joe
G.I.
cards.
Joe! It could have been anything else.
Anything else, man? Not G.I. Joe.
All I have to say is knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe. That was beautiful, Mel. Beautiful.
Oh, please tell me somebody. Please tell me someone did that already. I should start collecting G.I. Joe. I'm gonna prison all Pokemon cards. I'm gonna selling G.I. Joe cards. Obviously, the money. But I can't even imagine G.I. Joe cards are about to skyrocket, which they are actually technically. I love this. Look at this. Look at this. I lost 3.5 million. Whoop, not bad. Lost 3.5 million. Just keep smiling. Love the possibility. I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands like just that absolute money is just like it's all gone now. It's all gone.
The thing that's hilarious to me. Okay, so I do purchase collectibles and that sort of thing, but I'm gonna drop an F-bomb. I'm sorry, I don't really swear that often.
Go ahead.
So
not a big deal.
I fucking buy actual good shit. So I have like Kevin Smith's freaking Vans. Where he's like, Melody, I feel we're Twitter married.
You show us the Vans.
I'm like, I got the Vans. I got a Red State poster saying I fucking love you. I have a script. It's like, oh God. A Lord of the Rings script where it's Sean Astin, Elijah Wood, Orlando Bloom, Viggo Mortensen, Hugo Weaving. I mean, all of them.
You
and
have
I'm like,
actual good stuff, like unique stuff.
I have unique stuff. I don't go and say, let me drop 3.5 million on a bunch of cards that may or may not have what I want.
It's Hugo Weaving, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. It's stuff that's related to personal experiences. And so it's insane to me. I have over on my wall over there, Disney, something people don't understand. Anytime you go to see a Disney movie at a theater, Disney recalls all of their promotional materials on the movie theaters that they send them out to. I have stuff that was meant to be sent back to Disney and burned that nobody has. Like the very first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, there's something called a 30 sheet where it's individual sheets that you put glue on the back and you glue it to your wall of a movie theater. It's called a 30 sheet. You pull that down. I have that and it's never been touched because
nice.
I wanted that. I have a banner of one of the Pirates of the Caribbean films right on that wall over there. It's just, that's the stuff you want to get because I worked at the Warner Brothers studio store for a couple of years or so when I was much, much younger. You want the things that they take back and burn that nobody else can get. I have a Marvin the Martian display associated with the Warner Brothers studio store, stuff like that. And it's just, I have a Pinky and the Brain watch that never been opened. I got it for like $15. That's the stuff that gathers value, not the random freaking Pokemon cards. It's just
unfortunately 3.5 million might be a lot, but to him that's just like a Tuesday. He'll get that back in no time.
It's like a Tuesday party version.
That's the saddest part.
Yeah.
I got a prediction.
He probably could pay Busta Rhymes to hang out with him for that night.
Yeah.
Sausage is gonna taste like hot mustard. YouTube comment suggestions. Run, Shadowfax.
What is happening?
Okay, so this is ordinary sausage. He makes sausages out of anything. And he has this sort of routine. Like here's honey glazed sausage, a poke bowl, candy canes, McDonald's big breakfast, fruitcake, filet mignon, a lac sausage, eggnog sausage, bagel sausage. The worst one, oh god, it was like there's a good few worse ones. The one that was just pure like ooze. What one was? Oh, gummy bears. It could destroys his machine often when he does it. There's a toothpaste sausage.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is him.
I like that one that said a goulash sausage. That would actually be good.
Yeah, sometimes
Maybe.
they actually turn out pretty okay. He made one that was fairly recent. Where was it? Was it the Cheetos? I think it was the Cheetos, and it turned out great. We watched that one on 3 Drinks Minimum on Wednesday, and he said that was the hottest thing he's ever experienced. And he did it with like his he did it with his bare hands. Like he was touching everything with his bare hands. So his eyes were watering. He couldn't like breathe. So like it's he has an interesting routine. In this one, he needs to see does it blow out of the tube at the end of it, and obviously it did. And if I'm right, he bases this off the Mark Ruffalo score. How many Mark Ruffalos out of 5?
Wow.
By the way, remind me at the
Mama,
end. I've discovered a new channel that has a similar vibe to this, but in a different way.
Yeah, okay.
Only one possible score that this can get. 5 Mark Ruffalos! Let's sausage!
5 Mark Ruffalos, man. For real.
Oh god. I knew that was. I knew this would happen. I knew it would start burning.
Oh no! Oh,
Not as bad as the pineapple, though.
So is that
it's
mustard?
peeing in this pan.
Yep, that's just mustard.
This mustard in a sausage casing.
Yep.
Wow.
It's still good. Here we go.
I would like heated mustard with more mustard and bread, please. Thank you.
What can be said about this sausage? You
He made a water sausage once.
chew through the skin. It squirts at you when you bite it, and it tastes like hot mustard. 0 out of 5.
Bop, 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 bop.
Reverse spaghetti. We have to see this.
Folks,
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, like how
Let's
do you
find out.
reverse spaghetti?
I guess. Reverse spaghetti. What we're going to do is we're going to make a couple of sausages and jam these spears of spaghetti right into the sausage. And we're going to boil it all together.
So what he's doing is, so he's gonna, this is my guess. He's gonna take the dry spaghetti, shove it into a sausage casing, tie off one end, fill it with tomato sauce, possibly a little bit of water, tie off the other end, cook it that way, and then have people eat it.
Well, it'll be him. Sometimes his wife comes in. He tortures the living hell out of that woman.
Oh no.
Mrs. Sausage. Apparently she last time she tried to cook, she tried to cook rice without any water. So
what?
Yeah, that's like he's clearly the one making dinners at night for the family.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we're gonna try it. So it's the
Reminds me of a friend of mine who once microwaved ramen without putting water in it.
Oh, goody! That
didn't turn out well at all.
Smelled lovely.
Sausage! First things first, we gotta chop up our meat.
Meat.
Big thing of fat right there that we're just gonna peel off and use. Now we got the makings for a sausage here. All right, you know the drill better than anyone. This goes in the freezer for 30 minutes. All right, let's do this.
Why the freezer?
That's a good question.
I think he makes it hard because it then is easier to put into the machine.
Into the grinder?
Oh, maybe it doesn't stick to the edges as much then.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's destroyed that machine numerous times.
Yeah, like it's only 30 minutes. It's only a short amount of time in the freezer. It's not going to actually be frozen yet.
No, you can see it's not.
So.
Sometimes he does actually like freeze the meat and then he regrets it because he can't like cut it off.
That looks like beautiful sausage meat. All right, let's get the gang back together. A little salt, pepper, the onion and garlic boys, and just a little cayenne pepper for hope.
For hope.
Yeah. We could have had a sausage. Actually, that looks pretty dry. Let's give it a little bit of moisture.
You're right,
You know, you
the
got to
water.
make sure the sausage comes out smooth. All right, in 3,
Brendar's
2,
favorite part.
1. Let's sausage.
Here comes
He just
the
doesn't seem
meat
so happy
turd.
when he does that
That's
part.
all we're gonna get, but it
This
is
a
enough to
meat
make.
turd. Let's not lie here.
Oh,
This
we've
is a
seen ones that look
giant meat
far
turd.
worse. We've seen ones that look way worse than this.
2 decently sized sausages, so we're gonna go ahead and pinch. There, nice little twist.
Pinch those
We
meat
got 2
turds.
sausages with just enough to play Will
Oh, pinch a loaf, if you will.
It Blow. This Will It Blow is brought to you by Breitling. Have you been?
No, it's not. Advertise on your own time, which technically you're doing. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention, he looks like Super Mario.
Product. Don't miss it off when you. Yeah, there it is. Not the best Will It Blow we've had.
I'll give that
but it
one Mark
blow.
Ruffalo.
I'm gonna have to give this Will It Blow 2 Mark Ruffalos. Now it's time for the main event here. Just gonna have to ram these noodles right up the sausage.
Oh,
He's shoving it in that way.
Just like
Mel called it.
Mel
called it.
Fucking spit roasting these things.
nature intended. This is all part of nature.
Oh god, he's sounding it. Oh no.
Get your noodly head in there. There we go.
Oh,
you
God,
just
stop
gotta
saying
ram
it
it
now.
right on home.
I feel like Genuine.
Don't squeeze the
90s
meat
has
out.
a
You gotta
song
make
about
room
this.
for the sketty. Oh,
If
my
you're
sketty.
hungry, let's do it. Ride it. You know, I settle. Y'all don't know Genuine.
There they are. I think we're gonna have a winning sausage on our hands. All right, here we go.
Y'all Canadians and Irish folks need to y'all need an education.
Said from someone who literally just used the word y'all.
I mean, I live in the South. I say y'all because it's relevant to my people.
My people.
So, my people who are the
don't be criticizing her culture.
I mean, for real.
I'm not. The food is good, and maybe your history.
I can
is
cook.
Not the best. Maybe your history's.
It's not. It's not. But I gotta say, when I visit the UK, I'll be bringing me some cornbread mix and some slap your mama seasoning, and we have dinners. We have dinners out in Kew Garden. Okay, we have dinners out in that way, and I'm known for things. I'm just saying, I'm the token Southern lady person who
I'm
can
not as
break the
picturing you
rule.
coming out of the plane in this huge sort of Victorian bustled corset outfit with a giant fan. I do declare.
I will never be hungry again.
Nice.
You just find the nearest black woman and hit her for no reason.
Anticlimactic
that
there.
movie's probably
I think it's working. Yeah, that's
really is.
working just fine. I bet you that
boiled pork. Nothing says food is more tasty.
the spaghetti in the center of the sausage
It's very British.
I cook.
is gonna be super al dente. We're pretty far into this to admit that this was probably a
British
mistake.
people.
We're bringing the fan back so that
Seasoning's
we
your
don't.
friend.
This is
For real.
This is
seasoning is your friend.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm Irish, so I don't really fall into that category. Although I am obsessed with chili right now, so that is my spice of choice: chili powder on anything and everything except for my cereal. And it could even be good with my. Oh yes, that can be very nice. I do like that. Nice and sandwiches.
Have water drip.
Get yourself a bagel with some sriracha sauce.
I swear to God, if I had the money, I'd open up like Southern cuisine in the UK, and then I'd be so rich. Oh my God,
that could be cool.
It would be like I'd have different nights. So we're gonna do traditional Southern Thanksgiving night, and then we're gonna have Cajun fish night, and then we're gonna have gumbo night, and then we're gonna have etouffee night, and then we're gonna have.
What was that last one?
Etouffee.
Oh.
Etouffee.
What's that again? I've heard of that, but I don't remember what it is.
Etouffee, it's like a creamy type of brown gravy. It's got a lot of French influence, but you use shrimp, crab, and you throw it all together. Just a little hint. A little hint of spiciness. It's not nearly as spicy as like gumbo or something.
Yeah.
But man, I'm like, I would milk all of y'all completely, all your money.
Oh, good. You said the money part. That's a very interesting distinction going on there.
You know, and then the French bread that you have, it's like it's not all filled with all of the starchiness. It's got like the really nice bubbles of air to where it's so light and crispy and airy.
I was gonna say all that tasty food, and I get milked. That sounds like fun.
I don't know. After a big meal, sometimes I might not feel up for getting milked. You know.
You know, even that with like a nice mint julep, a proper mint julep, not the.
I want to try one of those. I've never had them.
God,
I did, and I was not disappointed.
And also a hot toddy.
Oh, no,
hot toddy.
They're great. They're great.
I think we have some decently cooked spaghetti and some overcooked sausage.
We'll wrap up with some buff because we're slightly over the norm. I know you're usually short on time.
All right, I'm gonna jump out the water.
I can stretch a little bit. It's good.
Okay, I mean it is our first episode back in the new year, so we might as well give them a little bit extra, right?
And then commence the finishing touches.
You haven't even watched the Karen video. That looks like some sort of weird parasite in the ocean, like clings on the bottom of like waves.
A really screwed up sea cucumber.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey.
Yeah.
Or a very
something out of a Lovecraft story.
A very interesting phallus.
This brings to mind Mountains of Madness by H.P. Lovecraft.
This looks like a job.
Sausages of madness.
Pasta shop.
What were those ones called? The Elder Ones, I think.
He has like an emergency spray bottle of oil. I mean, did anybody else notice that?
Oh yeah, no. I suppose we were watching him.
For him.
Yeah, that just he needs it. In fact, he was yelled at by the comments up to recently for not having the oil nearby because sometimes he'd do it like just without even water, throw it onto the pan.
I'm happy calling this a day. All right, so we're gonna put this one in the bun.
I'm gonna say that it is passable.
Yeah, it's definitely way out ahead of the mustard one.
Very tasty.
This is better.
Yeah.
I do
a little
have
extra
to say,
sauce. Scoop some sauce and pour it on there in the bun.
it's as many times as I've been to New Orleans, there's a place called Dat Dog, D-A-T Dog. They have a duck dog. And they have like a spicy mustard sauce that goes along with blackberry preserves. They don't have it on the menu, but if you happen to be in the area of Dat Dog, you want the frickin' duck. That's sausage.
I do love me some.
Oh God, it's amazing.
I do love me some duck.
And we're gonna dissect this one. All right, let's open it up.
I think the
and see how
boiled
we did.
sausage is
Looks like
possibly
a
the
rat.
only failure point here. Otherwise, this seems like a decent idea.
The spaghetti noodles
The
are
meat might be a little
mostly
low on flavor, but
not cooked. But is anyone really surprised?
that's a problem.
But the real test
If we hear a real loud crunch, we'll know that it didn't quite make it.
is how does it taste? Here we go. Well, that's a hard sausage to judge. It tastes good with the outside spaghetti, but once you bite into the sausage, you're in uncooked pasta town.
Yeah.
Super crunchy in the middle. So yeah, it's
I
soft
feel
on
like
the outside.
there's an entire Seinfeld episode that's surrounded around this particular type of hot dog.
Maybe.
Super
it just feels
crunchy
very
on the
Seinfeldian.
inside. It's perplexing. It's a perplexing sausage. I'm
spend about 20 minutes breaking down that it's a hot dog, but it has pasta inside it.
pretty sure it's not good for you to eat uncooked pasta noodles. Yeah, I don't know. This is a hard one to judge. But we did this for science. I'm gonna have
This
to
is
give
where your research grants or money is going, by the way.
this sausage here
3 out of 5.
2.5 out of 5.
Not too far off.
Close.
Kitty.
I like that one that looked really sad at the end. The 2 zeros.
For our first-time viewers, this isn't even close to the dumbest sausage.
Yeah, he's right about that.
Yeah. All right, so this channel, to preface this a little bit, this is an actual, I'm guessing he might be Japanese because the name of the channel is Kiwami Japan, but this is an actual master knifesmith who, very similarly to ordinary sausage, where he makes sausage out of weird things, this guy makes knives out of all kind of weird things. He made a knife out of milk. He made a knife out of tofu. Here he's making a knife out of sand.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We'll have to skip.
Like
we'll have to jump.
Dune film.
We'll have to skip through it a lot, obviously, because it's 20 minutes. But
Yeah. Actually,
he's showing you the whole process, so you can
yeah.
skip through or speed up or something.
Yeah, we'll double speed it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the description to find.
Yeah.
Okay. To find links to Discord, Twitter, and our guests and Krendar stuff. And if you want to help out in a more financial way, we have a stream goal. Anything given, we'll divvy it up between Krendar and myself. Not a requirement, but always welcome.
I haven't watched this specific one, but I watched the tofu one he did.
I did promise to mention something about VAERS because somebody said things in the side chat about VAERS.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I do want to address that at some point.
Go,
if that is okay.
Do it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so VAERS. VAERS is the reporting system associated with people who say that they have some kind of adverse reaction to vaccines. Well, the thing is, anybody can report anything. It doesn't matter if you're a lay person or a doctor or, a scientist. You can report, hey, I had the COVID-19 vaccine and my dog bit me. And then they report that. The VAERS technology where they're talking about all these people died after they had the COVID-19 vaccine. VAERS releases all of their data for transparency, but there's no actual discussion about that data in causation. So you can say that this person died after they had a COVID-19 vaccine, but that doesn't, there may be a correlation there, but that
and
doesn't
then got hit by a car, and that's why they died.
Yeah, this person got hit by a car and died, and the thing is they had a COVID-19 vaccine. There's an article that has been released about a woman who got into a motorcycle accident, and and when they released the information, they said, well, she had a COVID vaccine about 2 weeks prior, And so she got in this motorcycle accident. We're just reporting it. VAERS is not a scientific database. It's a database that's there for people to report anything, literally anything. It's a reporting system to allow people to be able to say, well, this happened after I got vaccinated. So scientific communities and scientists can go through that data and go, okay, what is there a potential for any type of issue associated with a vaccine? There's no causation type of situation where they're going, okay, well, this person got in a motorcycle accident, therefore COVID-19 caused this. And that's the thing that people do not understand, is that with VAERS, anybody can make a report. Anybody can say, my dog bit me 2 weeks or 2 days after I got the COVID vaccine. So that means heightened type of abilities for dogs to be able to bite you because the vaccine. It's just, there's nothing there that's scientific. And VAERS is important because of the fact that it allows the scientific community to be able to track potential threats. So it's really important. There are a lot of people are saying myocarditis, and most of these people don't know how to pronounce that word, that are just throwing it out on the internet. Well, okay. Myocarditis is a potential health risk associated with certain vaccines, but it's so incredibly small compared to the health risks that you have for contracting COVID-19. But that's not the discussion that people are having. They're focusing primarily on this vaccine increases your risk of all of these things. Well, you having a baby increases your risks of, dying, blood loss, all of these other things. There's risks associated with every single medical procedure, whether it's a vaccine or a treatment for a particular disease. It doesn't matter. But the risk versus the risk without it, that's what people have to weigh.
First
I have a nephew.
Walking downtown is taking a risk, technically.
Exactly.
Having a shower takes a risk. I mean, a lot of people die in the bath.
I mean, John Travolta's kid died in the shower. But I have a 9-year-old nephew who has a rare cancer, Ewing sarcoma. He's vaccinated. His parents are vaccinated. Everybody is vaccinated. And then I see people like David Silverman and, God, was it John Posey-Biak or whatever his name was? I hate that guy. I can't even say his name right because he's a jerk. Jerks don't get correct pronunciations of your name. I'm not even going to apologize
That sounds fair.
for that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if he were to get COVID, he would die. And the thing is, people don't take into consideration that other people's lives matter. Other people's lives matter, not just your own. Yeah, I got my booster.
Most people do know this. It's just that the people who don't care, or they honestly don't understand the consequences of being a carrier, being a spreader of COVID. When you mentioned that earlier, the hard to pronounce word, isn't this what Joe Rogan was on about and got fucking schooled? He was adamant that kids get sick from the vaccine, and that the doctor he's with there is like, no, they're not. Like, I'll just show you the clip.
Risk associated with the
right.
vaccine.
The
There's like a 2 to
myocarditis.
4-fold increase in the instances of
Yeah, Josh
myocarditis.
Zaps
Yes, but you know what?
Hospitalization.
You know that there's an increased risk of myocarditis.
If it's not COVID, it's fucking now. You know, he's starting to go into the moon landing was fake territory.
It makes me nuts.
He's the biggest podcaster in the world, and yet he believes in all this absolute trash. It's really dangerous. It's really dangerous.
It really is. It upsets me to no end because I've been I've been blocked by PETA. I've been blocked by Conceptual James, also known as James Lindsay, for his take on critical race theory. He's not even an educator. I'm an educator. I understand the needs of my students. I recognize racism is real. I recognize the fear associated with medical technology when it comes to people of color, whether they're brown or black, because racism's existed there. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person, but I need to recognize that fear is there, and I need to help people understand the science. That none of this, it just bothers me to no end, because Joe Rogan has been an active participant in perpetuating the incorrect information for clicks, for views, for all of this. And I wonder how many people have died because they listened to him.
A lot.
And
but also, I think at this point now, it's 100% legit. I think he does believe the shit he's peddling, but not out of a sense that he has all the facts in front of him, but it's an ego thing. I think at this point now that he's so invested in this that if he were to declare, you know what, I was wrong about all of it, everything, and actually like try to learn, it would be a declaration of failure on his part. So he has to just keep on fucking going down these stupid rabbit holes and bringing on people who are just lunatics in some cases, in other cases idiots, and other cases scammers, and some cases all three. And it just creates this sort of smug, self-important society of people who are going to get a lot of other people killed, because everyone is always looking for that alternative to the average day, like or maybe not everyone, but a lot of people want to find this sort of thing that's different. You know, the experts say A, in reality it's Y. You know, like, and here's my proof, and then they'll point to papers that don't have citations, or lines from the Bible, or a fever dream someone had once, or a movie. Like, a lot of people will point to movies and be like, it's just like in this thing. Like, it's not that's not the real world. And the real world comes kicking in the door, like, and you get sick. And more people now who don't believe in this shit, they still, when they get sick, they used to be like, wow, my mind was open to bullshit, and I understand that now. A lot of them are like, see, I built up a natural immunity. Fuck off. At this point, just kill yourself with a gun. It'll be quicker and easier on the planet. Like, it's horrible. And it's
really upsetting, because, okay, where I live, there's a huge racial disparity. A lot of it has to do with a distrust of, and rightly so. White people have been absolutely horrible to brown and black people, particularly in my area when it comes to science and testing and that sort of thing. Which is why representation is so exceedingly important. That aside, people like Joe Rogan, who perpetuate this idea that ivermectin is this, or, you know, we need to distrust scientists for this reason, and all of these other things, it's really hard, because I'll sit here and I'll explain the science on the most basic, rudimentary level with gumming up the keys and the locks is like antibodies, or the gum is like gum on a key trying to get in the lock of your cell. And I find the most basic ways to explain the science, and people sit there and say, I don't believe you. I mean, I have people that live on my street, where my mother, who lives across the street, I had joined a couple of Facebook groups. And I'm like, look, I'm here just to answer whatever questions you have about the virus, any antibodies, any of this. I'm here as a resource. And it immediately went to, well, she's Antifa, she wears a mask, so she's this. And it's so politicized. My neighbor had a Trump flag hanging up in his yard, 2020, and I'm like, it was literally hanging by a corner. I'm like, that's oddly poetic for somebody so incredibly stupid.
It is.
I'm like, but this is where I live. In this Facebook group that I joined, my mother was texting me going, you need to block these people because they will find you and they'll hurt you. It was out of genuine concern that people in my neighborhood, whose kids I taught biology and chemistry in a non-threatening way, who were willing to try to figure out if I was a real person or not. It's strikingly scary and upsetting to think that people would just dive headfirst into confirmation bias without actually understanding the science or any of that. And it's heartbreaking and scary and upsetting, all in equal measure. And to this day, I still don't know how to cope with all of that. So I just focus on the people I can help. It's just awful.
Well, the fact that you care so much about them shows that you're at the core of a better person. You want to help them, and they want to be right. You know, that's it. And the thing is, you do help people. I'm almost positive of it. You were talking earlier about your students, and I'm sure you're very liked among your students. I'm sure that they actually are very glad you're there, and I'm sure you have helped people before. But like, I think that we gave people too much credit before this began, of people like all coming together and helping each other out. Humanity has shown that we are a bunch of idiots. Especially crowds of us. I always remember that line from Men in Black. A person is smart. People are loud, scared, and dumb. And like very quickly people will throw in. But you know, for the most part, people do follow the guidelines. Sometimes they don't have a choice, like say in an authoritarian country. Other times they are very well educated and follow the guidelines. But there's always going to be outliers. I mean, before the lockdown, there were still anti-vaxxer people. Like before all this happened, there were people who were like, no, that's like viruses are just nature's way, you know. Or I use, I hooked up for the night with this one from Plenty of Fish, and she was a spirit healer, and she had like the crystals, and she believed that is it cyanide or arsenic in apple cores?
Cyanide.
I think it's cyanide. Yeah.
She believed small amounts of that you can build up an immunity to it. And
that might be true, but I would not recommend doing that.
No, I would not recommend doing it either. She was like Adam.
I think it's the seeds specifically as well.
The little tiny black seeds. That you
Also, I have to point out, I'm just noticing here on Joe Rogan's relevant people on the side, one of his bragging points is psychedelic adventurer.
Well, he did take the DMT, and he saw the Clockwork Elves. So, but Joe Rogan used to be more fun. Have you noticed that? Like, he hasn't done a fun episode in a long while. It's all just him being like, "See, what about this? What about this?" He's desperately trying to prove to as many people as possible. Speaking of fun, let's watch this classic. Horse kicks tree, farts on dog, then runs away.
Fuck you, tree.
That one tree, though.
Yeah. And the dogs were like, "Motherfucker, you get back here!" The dogs were like, the dogs want to throw down. That horse could take yous. We don't have to watch the Joe Rogan stuff. I mean, it is good to watch him basically get schooled, but I mean, he won't learn from this.
No. Ooh, Darwin Awards.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking idiot. It's a firework. What did he think was gonna happen?
People, fools and their money are easily parted.
Or Jake with 3.5 and this one with some fucking fireworks.
Why is she still holding on to it the whole time?
Yeah, like what was the end goal there? We already watched that. Oh, this is kind of cool.
Damn.
Yeah,
punching a tree.
World's strongest girl punches down a tree, uses amazing boxing skills.
What is she, like 14?
I saw people comparing her. She's like Greta Thunberg's sister.
She's, except way more badass. Damn.
Look at the fucking like dust.
She must be really good at Minecraft because she's just punching down trees.
Oh my goodness.
That is impressive. God, she could kick my ass. That's kind of scary.
So tiny. And so fierce. Good for her.
Absolutely. Here, this is both stupid and funny, and then we can get on with wrapping it up.
Oh yeah.
Firing up hell for LAPD officers playing Pokemon Go instead of responding to robbery. Hadn't heard of it.
And just to explain the upheld part, I believe they actually appealed the decision.
It's terribly important, this Pokemon Go.
I mean, how the fucking balls to be slacking off on your job while people are being hurt, and then you appeal it. And being like, no, we're in the right here. It's okay.
It's okay. Everything's fine. It's like Han Solo. They were trying to get into, like, oh God, what was it?
Oh yeah, he's like, no, everything's normal. Everything's okay here.
How are you? How are you? Everything's fine.
That was a boring conversation anyway.
Yeah, that's a good scene though.
Video system in the patrol car captured the officers discussing how to catch a Snorlax and trying to capture the rare Keyget in a game while ignoring reports of several people. This is something that fucking Chief Wiggum would do in The Simpsons. Robbing and Macying Crenshaw's area.
No, August has this one nailed down. Officer Bill Lafrid reporting for duty.
And apparently they say like, oh, the guys will be so jealous. Respond could be heard saying, screw it. Who cares? What's in Macy's? Who goes to Macy's anyway? Probably can't be stealing anything useful.
Can't you be slacking off on your job for a good video game at least?
Yeah. Like our new sponsors, Raid Shadow Legends.
All right, Lev, you got to calm down on all the new links here. We're out of time.
Yeah. We at least watch racist Alex Jones Dragon.
I mean, it's already on the screen, but you know.
Yeah.
Stop opening up new things.
Chinese Communist wagon here.
Wow.
Fentanyl the COURTROOM dragon.
I'm sorry.
Look at all them abs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That dragon has a lot of abs.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're and yet his arms are so tiny.
Americans, do you
He
enjoy the
skips
fentanyl we
arm
ship
day.
into
He just does
just
sit-ups and nothing else.
crunches hundreds of them.
It's like
Well, now we
crunches
give you
and legs.
coronavirus,
I don't
but
need
your own
arms.
media tell you not to say it
There
because we own them and we are their bosses.
I mean, he kind of is a VTuber at this point, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That stands
Good
for
old
stupid
racism.
Americans. You collapse while China stay open, make more billionaires and all will combine. We control your government. We are collapsing your nation. Nothing can stand against us. And your people take our shots and
So this is
die.
what
Die, Americans.
right
Die. CCP will rule you.
It's like top 10 content for right wing.
Aloha,
Was that
amigos.
Jessica Simpson?
I think it was. And now he's got a
Oh,
sombrero.
now he's a Chinese Mexican.
Fentanyl, the dragon. I am named after the product that my bosses, CCP, bring into you.
Yeah. This isn't even good racism. Like, interesting
No.
racism. This is like...
This is
lazy.
low energy racism.
This is low energy fucking racism. No. We're already strapped for time as it is. We can do better with our lives, with our days, with our weeks. Not that racism can be good, but at least it can get creative, you know?
Put some effort into it at least.
Yeah. I mean, for God's sake, you're Alex Jones. Like, where's... does he even do fucking, like...
He doesn't put energy into effort into anything. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Screaming.
That's about it.
What the fuck?
What's Xena doing here?
I was gonna say the same thing.
This is actually Alex desperately trying to tell the world he's trans.
Yeah. Nice.
Diaper face. Why can't he just spend all day like that?
I have so
Right?
many questions.
I'm afraid we're never going to get to answer them unless you explore them yourself, for we must end tonight's show without a buff because we got greedy. We will have to watch 2 buffs next week.
All right, so save that knife link. We'll watch it next week.
Absolutely. Anyway, what are you guys up to? Mel, you go first. And you want to shill, and you want to say what's coming up in the next few days?
So I go live on Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central. I'm going to talk about Joe Rogan and the latest urine therapy garbage. Oh my god,
didn't even
guys.
talk about the urine therapy. Fuck, I wanted to talk about that.
Y'all don't
Is he
drink
snorting
pee.
piss again?
I don't want anybody drinking pee. Popsicles, there's so much out there where people are doing things like anything to avoid actual science. And I'm tired. I'm so
How hard is
tired,
it for
guys.
people to understand that maybe something that your body ejected out as a waste product should not be put back into you?
I mean, it's like don't eat your own poo, don't drink your own urine, don't do any of that. Don't drink somebody else's urine, don't eat somebody else's poo.
Mel,
I don't understand why we have to have this.
Why is that difficult?
conversation. I don't get it.
next time you talk to Jeff, ask him to send you the pee rap if you haven't seen it already. The pee
I
drink.
don't know. I don't know that I want to see that ever.
You probably don't.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's called Little Sip.
I don't know that I want to see that ever. But I'm trying really hard to do things like that. I'm working on an open education resource. I probably will push that on a separate channel where you can take a year's worth of college chemistry with open education resources where it won't cost you anything. to where you can learn how to know when people are hustling you.
Nice. Well,
It's useful.
in the description down there below, if anyone wants to check her out, she is awesome. I highly recommend it. And you, Krendar, what shall we be finding of you? Are you up to?
Well, in about an hour and 20 minutes, I'll be having a stream of this game called the Rift Breaker. Basically, you take this rift portal to an alien planet and you're preparing it for colonization by building up bases, mining resources, doing some science stuff, defending from hordes of angry alien life trying to attack it. You know, good times.
Sounds good. As for me, I believe KOTOR is on next. That's today, now that it's gone midnight. So that will be later on. And then on Sunday, we're going back to Deus Ex. After that, I don't know what I can give you over the week because of the Northern Ireland trip. My birthday is on the 18th, but if I don't stream, then I don't stream. But I'm off on the 19th and 20th and 21st. On the 21st, I will be back before 10 o'clock for our show, which we will be joined by Luca and Mickey Richards. So that should be a good night for the whole family, except for if you're under 18, because I have these set for over 18 only, which is good because we swear and talk about boobies sometimes. Yes, just start right there.
Breasticles.
Breasticles, even.
Breasticles.
As they say
That
in
was
Greece.
a person. That was like a Greek god. I was gonna say.
Oddly enough, the
Breasticles.
god of the harvest. They weren't very good at picking names at that point, but over centuries, you know, we put him in his proper position. So now he has grain and boobs.
Nourishment.
Yeah, absolutely. A bountiful
Indeed.
crop. Big bounties.
You got a full cereal right there. You got the grains and the milk.
Right. General Mills is gonna call you very, very soon.
Oh,
Or
I got to
Kellogg.
design the box, and it's not a box. It's just gonna be like two orbs. Like
Breasticles for your
Nice.
health.
I think that's basically it then. Thanks so much. We're back. Mel, you have been a delight, as always. We need to get you back.
Thank you for having me. My dog is yelling at me for reasons. I can't.
It's just small dog. So small.
Wants little cuddles.
Well, we'll let you get back to that far more important thing. And as for the rest of yous, see yous all later if yous want to pop in, and if not, don't forget to check out our guests in Krendar. And yeah, we're back.